Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Night Owl Lounge.
Live from Central Illinois. It's Night Owl
Live,
Lounge.
live from the hurricane.
We have a hurricane? Well, it is
I don't
raining.
know. Feels like it sometimes as much rain as we've been getting in wind.
Tonight we are in a paddle boat.
We need a riverboat.
Oh,
Then
yeah.
then we could really have a Night Owl Lounge if we had a riverboat.
Oh, that'd be cool. That'd be fun. Well,
Yeah.
hey, Gemini, is it raining up there in Michigan? See, we got Muriel, Sandra, Gemini, Cosmic Joe, Grace, Jojo. And Pops was here, but he went to bed.
Yep. Poor Gary.
Sandra.
He gets up too early to be a night owl.
I thought there was somebody up here. Oh, John Allen was in here a long time ago. All right, scroll back down.
Oh, here, let me put him on the screen. I keep forgetting to do that sometimes.
Hey, Corey, welcome in. So, yeah, it's raining here. I don't think we saw the sunshine today. It was just cloudy and gray and wet, dreary. I think we made it to 70, and that's about it. I mean, it's cool. But here in a few days, we have a heat wave. It's a dangerous heat. 100 plus heat index, I guess, right through the 4th of July, the 1st through the 4th or something like that. We're getting blasted with heat.
I saw they bringing up the heat dome again.
So that's probably why the dog's shedding like bad. She shakes and it's just like snow coming off of her. She's shedding so bad. So I figured the hot weather was on its way. And it's sunny and hot and in the desert of Arizona.
Hot, hot, hot.
Hot, hot, hot. So yeah,
so we got quite a bit of stuff to talk about. I don't know how much we'll get to, but we got a lot of stuff since we weren't here last week because we took the holiday off, Father's Day weekend, and
well, plus we got up at 7:30 that morning. We had a plumber coming. We had lack of sleep, and we were just dying that night. Plus, it was Friday, Father's Day weekend, like you said.
So we got a week or more stuff that we can go over. So we'll get to as much as we can, or as much as I can remember that I had last week and this week to go over. But we got quite a bit to do tonight.
So hey, Roger. Roger came in. Jojo says it's winter there in Australia. Winter, yeah. They're winter over there.
Wow. You haven't talked to Mr. B in a while.
Yeah, it was birthday the other day. I said happy birthday on Facebook. And he replied back. So yeah. Good old opposite weather.
Yeah. Yeah, we got weather to talk about. Not all weather. It's events happening around that kind of deals with weather, but got that, and we got some cryptid stuff and some weird stuff. And
well, I see a lot of people still talking about seeing Venus out west right after sunset.
Venus, the morning star. Supposed to be the morning star.
See everyone saying hi to each other. Yeah, I know the weather's just been strange, especially in the Midwest. There's just been so much tornadoes and rain, and weather's been up and down. It's either hot or chilly, or it's too humid, or everything's sticky. You sit down and everything's just sticky because of all the rain.
Yeah, the humidity and moisture went up, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm. There's Carrie. Welcome in, Carrie and Daryl. Gary, Daryl, Roger. Hope I didn't miss anybody. I'm trying to keep an eye on chat. It is hard. I know all the podcasters say, I'm sorry, I'm trying to keep up a chat. It is difficult. You miss something or you miss someone's question.
I try to stay high in chat until we start showing pictures and talking. Then I kind of lose track. There's Nicole.
Hi, Nicole. Welcome in. And Wisconsin's been getting rain and tornadoes, and There was a tornado in Colorado the other day.
Some places are having tornadoes that they usually don't, or not that often anyway. Hey, are Standing Stones?
Hey, Standing Stones, welcome in. So yeah, I'm actually kind of missing the sunshine. I'm getting kind of tired of all these thunderstorms and tornadoes and rain and cloudy days, gloomy. Can't see the stars at night.
So you were talking about a drought, and I told you they said we weren't going to have a drought for us.
Well, we did kind of have a drought for a while. I mean, it was no rain. Now we're getting too much, and the river's getting flooded. And
I know
we never did. We should have drove by that the other day to see how high the river is. I know we're still.
They said it's really high, so I don't know where they're going to do the fireworks at. If they're going to try to do it on the barge, or if they're going to have to move it to land, because it's pretty high, I hear.
Okay. Because I know the warning is until like 2 or 3 days, so maybe it'll go down by the 4th.
But they've done it from
a barge, yeah.
Well, they always do it from a barge, but when it gets flooded, then they move it to either Stoner Park, or they did it out by the
fairgrounds at 1 year.
Fairgrounds 1 year. So who knows? They'll find a place to shoot.
It was nice at the fairgrounds.
Yeah.
It was just right up the street from us. That was cool. So yeah, tune in on the 4th if you're not doing anything with family. We'll have the front porch cameras going, and with on the 24/7. And we don't actually are on the parade route, but we're on the street that goes down to the grade school, and that's where they line up and set up. So all the floats and tractors and everything goes by our house a few hours before, and you can kind of check them out. And and then when the parade's done, a lot of them come down our street, and you can kind of see them that way. And then we have a little break, but then we'll have a special camera out there. And well, no, we're going to try the color camera this year, aren't we? And check out the fireworks that way.
I don't know if we'll be able to. I
don't know. We'll try to figure something out. If not, we'll do the.
We'll have a camera. We'll have a camera on it, but I don't know if it'll be the color one or not. It'd be nice to be able to do it, but we'd have to move it.
Yeah.
But the other nights, the small towns around us, Henry's usually, for our community, Henry's usually on the 4th, and usually the biggest. But then the other smaller towns or communities all around us, on the 1st, the 2nd, the 3rd, that's their nights. And so a lot of times our back cameras will catch their fireworks. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, I'll get it on the field camera
24/7 on the other nights besides the 4th, and you might see fireworks from other towns.
The new camera that's on the other side of the barn in the second driveway, that will show the Hennepin fireworks really good.
Yep, so there's a lot going on.
So yeah, we got a carnival coming in. It'll be always the 1st through the 4th, and that's going to be hot. But yeah, we'll try to capture as much as we can on the 4th with the fireworks and the floats going by and the old antique tractors, and once in a while a horse. Sometimes there's horses. I can't believe it's almost July. Oh my gosh, where did June go?
I don't know.
Wow. I don't know. That's crazy. Thank you, JoJo. Yeah, we don't own the field, but boy, our cameras do show the view. I mean, we take advantage of this field and this view. Makes a really nice 24/7 site.
Well, it's nice that it is a field and you don't have any obstacles other than you got to get above the corn or whatever they're growing. This year they're growing beans, so it'll be lower.
Yeah, we'll have a nice view this year because of the beans. And the purple martins are still here. So they'll be here for the next few weeks. I haven't seen any babies popping their heads out yet, so they must still be laying on eggs. So the purple martins will still be here for a few weeks. We don't have that many hummingbirds, though. I think we only got like 2, don't we? Not many hummingbirds, but we do have some you'll see on the cameras once in a while.
So Sunday, we have Jessica Jones coming back. The Cryptid Huntress. and she's going to be talking about her recent trip to the LBL. And of course, I gave her her dream team, either werewolf or security team or whatever you think those are. But if you can see in the background, there's a pale crawler and a Bigfoot and a wolf or
Dog
whatever
man.
that is. So we're going to be talking about all those things. Plus, I think Jessica said that we could probably talk about all of her experiences, her main experiences with cryptids and weird stuff ever since she's been camping at the LBL. So that'll be a good show.
Oh, Daryl says that his hummingbirds are slacking this year also. Wow. Yeah, a few years ago, even when the migrators, we used to have a bunch of them. So I've noticed even in the falls, we don't have that many migrators anymore. That's a shame. But at least we did have a male and female, so maybe they're nesting. But I don't even see them at the feeders much. But we do have purple martins and many other birds at the feeders.
Oh.
Never got in a fight with a carny. Yeah. When these carnies come into town a few days before, it's just like, yeah, you know when the carnies are in town.
Yeah.
But they don't tear down. I mean, it don't take long. I mean, the next day, boom, they're gone. But then in a few weeks, we'll have our county fair. And on our cameras, you can hear the country band or the truck and tractor pull or the demo.
Yeah.
So that'll be coming up like the second or third week in July. I don't know what the dates are for the fair. The lightning bugs are out. So I've been trying to make sure I get the field so everybody can watch the little blinky of the bugs.
The blinky and the bugs? That sounds
Blinking
like a
of
rock
the bugs. Little fireflies, lightning bugs. I think everyone calls them different in different countries. We call them lightning bugs here. Some people call them fireflies. I heard a couple crickets, so the loud bugs should be here pretty soon. Then you can hear them at night. A lot of people use our cameras just to sleep, listen to all the bugs.
Yeah, crickets and till the cicadas come out. But that's kind of peaceful if you get used to it. I mean, it's not horrible.
So yeah, they're usually starting around the 4th of July is when we start getting some of the loud bugs.
Are they like fireflies? What?
Yeah, fireflies and lightning bugs are the same thing. Some people just call them different.
Well, I was trying to figure out what she was asking. Are they like fireflies? So I didn't know. She must be talking about our lightning bugs. Now, if you go to Tennessee, Kentucky, the national park there, they have a set up on the lightning bugs, or they call them fireflies, when they come out. Ours is kind of like a greenish yellow.
Mm-hmm.
Hers are blue.
Ooh. Hi, Jackie.
Hi, Jackie.
It's a long time no see.
So yeah, if you go to the other states, their fireflies or lightning bugs have a little different color, a little different tint to them when they light up. Really pretty. They have thousands on that one trail going into the national park. You can sit there with your blankets, chairs, whatever. They have it all set up for you.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like thousands of them just come out at night.
That's neat.
You can look it up online, and it's a state park.
Oh, dragonflies. Yeah, we get dragonflies towards the end of the summer. Well, they should be showing up here soon because I know the purple martins like grabbing fireflies, feeding the babies, which I go, no, don't get a dragonfly. So yeah, I haven't seen one yet this summer. They should be showing up here soon too. And then at the end of the summer, we usually have a bunch hovering around the garden and in our backyard. I love the dragonflies.
Yeah, we usually have 2 or 3 days where they're just nonstop in our backyard every evening.
They're all over our backyard. So I haven't seen one yet, but they should be showing up soon. I know the purple martins like grabbing them. I know the
I,
babies have to eat.
I don't know how many we get, but it seems like hundreds. I don't know how many. I think on our channel, I think we set up the camera and videotaped them that one year, and they were dive bombing the camera. Looks like at least 100.
Well, I've got a video that you helped record on playing the handpan, and they're dancing around too. Is that the one you're thinking of?
I don't. Well, probably, but I thought we just set up the camera one night, and just watched them all evening.
They freaked me out. They chased me in the yard. Hey, Honest, welcome in.
Yeah, honest.
Got a good crew tonight. Whoop whoop.
Yeah, we got, like I said, we got a lot of cryptid stuff. I got some newspaper articles. I got some weird stuff that's been in the newspapers or other stories, and I got a couple updates on some stories we did a couple weeks ago.
Well, I'm glad you got stuff because there's probably going to be nothing in the backyard because it's raining, it's cold, it's bleh. So I bet all the critters even hunker down tonight and not show up for food. So probably no camera show tonight. It's icky out.
A lot of stuff. I think I have a few paranormal stuff. Most of it's cryptids though. It's like I found another place that's almost like Creepy Acres, but
Oh, really?
they have well, I showed you the one picture. That's
Oh,
where
yeah.
it's from. So we'll be showing that and some of the stories, and I put a connection together, and we'll talk about it when we get into it. I'm sure somebody else has probably noticed it, but all of a sudden it just dawned on me the other day, and I thought, okay, I'm putting this together. So that's why I got all these pictures and stuff to show. So we'll talk about what I think is a connection, but everybody else probably already knows it. Maybe I'm just late to the party. I don't know. I haven't heard anybody else say it.
Sorry about that. I thought you were done talking. Hi, Harold and Christy. They're having bad storms again.
Oh, man.
Oh, my gosh. That area is getting, and we're number one for tornadoes, but it does seem like Oklahoma area has gotten most of the storms this year. But for some reason, Illinois is number one for the amount of tornadoes, and I've lost track. It's probably 170 something now because the other day we got blown up again with tornadoes. I don't know what the number is.
I saw 152. I haven't seen a count past that.
And man, sorry, Harold. Yeah, you guys have been getting hit really bad. Wow. And Standing Stones said something about it. Where is that? Yeah, scroll down. A guy around the corner, a real old house that faces the river, caught a cougar chasing a deer on a cell phone. I saw live streaming it. What's with all the cougars and everything running around? Even Dwarf said there's a lot in LA. Wow.
Out in California, and we've always had big cats show up. We're not supposed to have big cats anymore, but people keep reporting them. But I haven't actually seen a real necessarily footage, but there has been some trail cams.
Hi, Claudette. Hi, Christy.
Yeah, say hi to Christy for us, Harold.
Wow. Wow, there's been more sightings of them too, seems like.
Jojo says I was called a cougar once. Were you wearing spandex? Were you trolling the malls?
Yep. Don't wear spandex. Well, I guess I've been called a cougar because you're a year and a half younger than me. But actually, a cougar's a lot older, supposed to be. We're all a year and a half. But yes, I am older than Gerald. But I don't wear spandex.
You probably did sometime, didn't you?
Oh, I have. I mean, some of my shorts that I wear are kind of like spandex.
Yeah, a lot of people wear exercise clothing, and it's really
I just like the
stretchy, spandexy.
Right, it's not really pajamas; they're little comfy clothes. I don't know what these are. Lounge pants, I think that's what they call them. But no spandex for me. Nope.
So Claudette had a black bear in her town last week, and so Illinois used to have black
Wow.
bears, used to have the big cats, used to have all that stuff, but we evidently either hunted it out of existence or made developed Illinois so much that it spread out to other like Michigan, Wisconsin, all the surrounding states, the northern states and southern states. But they're starting to come back. They said they're supposed to come back in full force. I guess we used to have wolves all the time, so it's quite a thing when we see a black bear show up and they hurry up and relocate it.
Something's going on in the woods. If even Los Angeles gets cougar or mountain lions or whatever in the town, that was like what, 2 of them, and within 2 weeks, something like that. Oh, maybe there's too many cryptids in the deep woods now.
Children says I've been in the cougar enclosure at the zoo. One got a bit frisky.
Oh my. Oh.
All right. Oh. We'll get started here in just a little bit. We'll let everybody else venture in. It's going to venture in, and we'll keep talking to everybody and chat for a little bit. Then we'll get started.
Yeah, because if you continue, the chat's going to start talking about food.
Well, he wouldn't have if he wouldn't have just brought it up.
Oops. Oh my.
No, it's all right. We don't care what you talk about, as long as you keep it nice. Hi, Tanya.
Hey, Tanya, welcome in. Harold said 3 sightings around here in the last 4 months. It just seemed like they're coming out of the deep woods for some reason everywhere.
They are. So I don't understand why the sudden movement.
Yeah, something's going on. It's not just because of all the wildfires either. That's interesting.
Well, especially us. I mean, we have little fires, but nothing big like California or what's going on out west right now.
Yes, Idaho's having a bad, and then I heard Utah's having bad fires. My goodness. Not sure what's going to happen next.
Yeah, we have wild turkeys.
Mm-hmm.
We have all the small game and mid game. We still, obviously deer hunting is number one around here. Turkey, pheasant. We have dove.
But you don't see a lot of quail and pheasants anymore like we did when we were little.
No, it's still out there. I mean, we still have the societies that still raise the dove and the quail, the
pheasants.
There's a pheasant group that releases pheasants every year. So, but you're right. It used to be wild all over.
Yeah.
But the turkeys are crazy. I see them all the time when we go out driving. We'll see 20, 30 of them in a group.
When we were kids going out in the country, you'd always see the pheasants and quail flying from the ditches, and you just don't anymore.
But the normal game, we still have beavers. We still have all the fishing, the wildlife like that. And like I said, we still have a good pheasant hunt, doves, rabbits, squirrels. A lot of the fur bearing animals is still the smaller ones, foxes and all that is still get hunted, but this not quite as plentiful as it used to be. But a lot of deer though. If you want to go deer hunting, this is the place to go. I mean, you can shake a stick and get a deer across the road in Illinois. Oh, 6 baby chicks. Cool.
Goodness. Hey, Mahala. Welcome in. Yeah, I think everything has been weird and crazy and strange. We still don't have a whole lot of butterflies this year yet either.
I saw some butterflies, some big ones, earlier, but then they kind of disappeared. So I don't know why we had some a little earlier than normal, but
Now things are off. Like I told you, I planted all those flowers and stuff over a month ago. You know, I mean, they should really start be showing, not just a couple inches out of the ground. Hey, there's a Mad Pax.
Hey, Mad Pax.
Yes, pheasants are a beautiful bird. We raised quail for quite a few years. I had, I think, 4 or 5 different kinds, and I collected their eggs and put them in the incubator and had teeny tiny little baby quail. And they come out of that egg, they're the size of a giant marble. They're the most cutest little things. It's like a fuzzy marble with legs running around. I really enjoyed raising all those quail.
So when I was a kid, we had obviously we went hunting all the time. You know, I had quail and pheasant feathers everywhere, and couple pheasant claws, you know, hanging on a rope or a string, and we had all that stuff. Rabbit's feet, everything.
Corey's got a couple bobcats around his place.
Oh, bobcats.
So how's good old Texas, Mad Pax? Everyone else is getting rain. And we haven't seen one snake yet this year. Last year we've seen like 3 or 4. We had a couple little baby snakes. I haven't seen one snake yet this year. Don't know. JoJo says her cat loves watching her live stream. Yeah, there's a lot of people like Robin. There's a few other people that they put it on their large screen TV. C. Duke said she said her parakeets were going crazy with all of our birds. So everybody enjoys our 24/7 just because of the birds. And snakes, and yeah, I can imagine snakes in Australia. Do they hop around like kangaroo?
I actually have a story tonight a little bit about snake bites, and
Ooh,
it's not bad. I mean, it's bad that you get bit, but this is a different kind of story. It's not.
Hi, Christy.
Hey, Christy.
Mad Pack says it's hot, hot, hot in Texas.
Oh my. Well, I'll tell you where else it's hot, 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 and that's in the Ring of Fire.
Oh.
So I figure we'll start off with the earthquakes that's happening in the Ring of Fire.
Man, that was crazy.
So you got New Guinea and the Philippines and Japan, and got Northern California, and 2 really bad ones in Venezuela.
And I think Venezuela was just shortly after the Japan one, too. That's
so
crazy.
I got this map. This all happened less than 24 hours of each other, all these big earthquakes.
Wow.
So if you see this one tells you that you got a June 25th. Well, it starts at the 24th, Venezuela. Then you have Japan, and California was on the 24th. And then, let's see, New Guinea was on the 25th. And then the Philippines was on the 26th.
Wow. So
my question is the volcanoes waking up and they have to release pressure, so the plates are shifting to relieve the pressure from the volcanoes, or are we going to have some volcanoes go off here pretty soon? Or is this enough pressure relieved by the plates with these earthquakes?
Time will tell. And also some pretty strong ones, too.
So we'll have to keep an eye to see if the volcanoes start becoming active. They usually do. Somewhere a volcano usually goes off. What was it, last year or the year before? We had like 8 go off all over the world.
I know Hawaii's been going crazy on and off, yeah. Crazy volcanoes over there.
Yeah, Mariel, We got the earthquakes, but no one got abducted at the World Cup.
That was just another fear mongering, folks. Just don't buy into it.
that lady kind of didn't hit her mark when she said the mothership was going to fly across Miami at the World Cup. So I guess that didn't happen.
Yeah, wonder if she's been on air since then and said, "Sorry, folks, my predictions were wrong." I'm just to the point. I'm not buying into any of the fear mongering. Whatever happens is going to happen. Yeah, she's like, she was just kidding.
Yeah.
When everybody was freaking out about it.
So as far as I know, Venezuela, I think the count's at 595 and still climbing for fatalities.
Aww,
so I don't know about Japan and if anybody else had that big fatalities, but I know Venezuela did. So,
and it didn't cause any tsunami warnings or anything, did it?
I don't think they were all close to the shoreline. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Wow.
They could have been. I don't know. But I did not hear any tsunami warnings or alerts go off at all. Hey, Jason.
Hey, Jason. Welcome in. Definitely something going on. Especially with all these storms. My goodness. We grew up having like 15 to 20 tornadoes throughout the whole season. Now we're getting them in one day. You can have 15, 20 or more tornadoes just in one storm. So they're definitely increasing.
So you kind of brought it up about the fires.
Mm-hmm.
So here are the states and the areas that's under the smoke watch, the heavy air pollution from the fires.
Oh, I didn't realize they were
all the way through Sunday. They're saying that it's going to be really, really bad. Of course, it always lasts longer than that. Everybody knows that.
Wow.
But you can see, Santa Rosa, Flagstaff in Arizona, and you got Reno, Nevada, all the way up there to Twin Falls. Look at that.
Wow.
Aspen, Colorado. Then I think this is a picture of the Cottonwood fire in Fish Lake National Forest. So I saw that the other day. I thought I would grab a capture of it. So that's on the mountaintop where all the cottonwoods are. 70,000 acres.
Yeah, I heard Utah's really bad and Idaho's really bad right now.
Well, it's just like we have the dogwoods, they have the cottonwoods. So, I mean, you know how fast dogwood, the fuzz and the pods that float around everywhere, that stuff burns so fast. It's unbelievable.
Wow.
So as far as I know, the fire is still really, really bad. I don't know how much percentage they have it under control, if they do at all.
You just don't see them reporting on some of this anymore. It's like it's so natural. It's like, another forest fire. They're just not really reporting it. I didn't hear about some of these. It used to be on the news all over, but now seems like it's common every year.
Yeah, it's kind of sad because we always hear about the wildfires in California, and it's like, you're right. You kind of get complacent. You kind of get, yeah.
Even with the earthquakes.
Earthquakes, yep. I mean, it's kind of like us. I mean, we have tornadoes, and it's like, yeah, tornado. Everybody else is like, oh man, all the tornadoes you guys are having. It's like, I guess it depends if you live in the area where you normally have tornadoes, earthquakes, whatever, the fires, whatever. You kind of get used to it, I guess, as long as it's not immediate for your house or area, then you kind of forget about it. But it's sad for everybody else that gets affected by all this stuff. We hate to see it, and we put our prayers and thoughts out to everybody that's affected by these disasters, even though it's not necessarily affecting us right at this moment, but you just never know. Hey, Bigfoot Dwarf.
What are you doing in here? Aren't you supposed to be on a show? Or is it over? No, it's not over. Dwarf, you sneaking in over here, doing 2 shows at the same time? Hi, Dwarfy.
Well, I'm glad you showed up. Thank you.
Yeah. Dwarfy's in the house.
You're probably going to get your pay docked.
You're going to get in trouble if you get caught over here. Double dipping.
Well, Gary does it. Gary's in there 5, 6 chats at a time. Why can't
Yeah,
Dwarf?
but he's actually modding. That's kind of different. Yes, you're on Coley's show. That's why you don't see Lori, Ladd, and there's a few of them. They're probably all over there in Coley's chat because she's on right now also. So I know Dwarf's over there was co-hosting or something. So yeah, we won't tell him you snuck out.
I think Dwarf's eye candy for the show tonight. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on, Dwarf. Are you a model now?
Yeah. She got you co-hosting. You're supposed to be co-hosting and you snuck out and want to hang out in our chat. I feel special. Oh, that deserves a goat. Thank you, Dwarf.
Well, let's see. Speaking of goats, I think I got something on a goat. Let's see if I can find it.
Oh my. We have a goat story, folks.
I think. Let me see if I can find it.
Then you're going to say, oh man, I didn't download it.
Oh, I know I did. I just got to figure out where it's at.
Well, Dwarf, you can tell everybody to come over here when you guys finally end your show. Because here lately, she's been doing 4-hour shows. So I don't know how long it's going to go over there.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
And I don't know if we're going to be doing a 4-hour show. We might be around maybe 1 o'clock in the morning. I don't know. He said, see y'all soon.
Let's see.
We should have told him to tell everybody over there that we said hi. Then he would get in trouble. How'd you know?
All right, let's see. It should be in here. Let me see if I can find it.
A goat story, huh?
That's what it said. Well, this one's weird. So here it says the Nigerian police once took a goat into custody after vigilantes claimed it was an armed robber who had used black magic to transform himself into a goat while attempting to steal a car.
Oh, come on.
So they actually took this goat into custody just in case he transformed back into the robber. They would have him.
So what happened at the end? Does it say if he?
It didn't say. This is all it showed. So I don't know how the story. I don't know if he ever transformed or they let the goat out or now the police department has a goat mascot. I don't know.
Oh my gosh! So we don't know if he stayed a goat or if he changed back into the robber.
But so I would assume in other places in the world like Louisiana, the bayous, and over in South Africa and all those places that have a bunch of black magic and all that stuff. I mean, it's not out. I wouldn't think it'd be out of the question to say, okay, maybe we better, since that's in the culture so much about transforming and all the black magic that I think they were just playing it safe and said, we better take this goat into custody just in case.
What a way to rob. Hey, Moon. What a way to rob a bank. Shape shift, you're an animal, rob the bank, and nobody knows who did it. That's funny. That poor goat.
I know. He's probably say, hey, what's going on? So I thought that was kind of funny.
That is funny. Poor goat. Innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah, you would think so.
Wow.
So let's see. Let's go with something else. I think we'll do
Nice to see you, Moon.
Think.
Save the goats. I second that.
So we brought up, I don't know if it was last week or a couple weeks ago, or about West Clocks, where my aunt worked, and the radiation, the radium,
Mm-hmm.
the radium girls. Well, I actually found a picture of the Big Ben alarm clock that West Clocks used to make there at that factory. So all the dials, so the arms themselves, a little spot in between it glows. You see the little strips on the arms. Each number and each little tick around the center that you can see, it all glows.
Yeah,
So
I
that
remember that.
was all at one time hand painted by girls or women with that radium paint that we were talking about. So I just thought I'd show a picture of what we were talking about when I said Big Ben. They made Big Bens.
I do remember those clocks when I was little.
Alarm clock.
I remember the little glowing when I was a kid. Oh, wow.
So somewhere upstairs, I have a Big Ben, but I don't know. I don't know if it was one of the originals that had the radium dial or if it doesn't. I'm suspecting it does, but I'll have to put a light to it to see if it'll glow.
Wow.
So I just wanted to bring that up. I'm trying to think of what the other. Oh, this is what the other one was. It was we had talked about this along with the radium. We talked about Coca-Cola actually having cocaine in the Coca-Cola, the original recipe, all the way up until 1903.
And hi, B. Mora, which I think is Brenda.
Hi, Bemora. B. Mora.
I think it's Brenda. I think that's what people are calling you. If not, I'm sorry. Hey, B. Mora, welcome in, welcome in. The good old original Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Barbara. So it's Barbara. All right, it's Barbara.
Oh, Barbara. So I found a little meme that strikes me as I heard this all the time from my parents. So I thought I would bring it up. So it says Coca-Cola, the first bottle of Coca-Cola from 1894 contained 3.5 grams of cocaine. Explains why our parents and grandparents could walk to and from school uphill both ways in the snow barefoot.
3.5 grams. That's a lot.
Well, that was probably that big jug, though. But, you know, how many times have you ever heard your parents or aunt and uncles or grandparents say, well, I used to walk to school uphill in the snow. And, well, yeah, you drank Coca-Cola with cocaine in it. You could probably do anything you wanted to.
They didn't need coffee in the morning. They just popped open a bottle of.
Just take a Dr. Pepper or a swig of Coca-Cola. You'd be good, man. You could probably run a marathon around the farm, let alone go uphill both ways to school in the snow barefoot.
Wow.
Anyway, I just thought that was funny because I don't know how many times I've heard my parents talk about, but my parents really did go from the country in a horse, either on a horse or a wagon, or even had to walk, and they did walk in the snow. But
they didn't
I don't know about the uphill both ways or barefoot, but they did.
They didn't care.
Weather.
Time for the kids to walk to school, they did. And now all parents drive their kids and pick them up. No, back then it was up to the kids to get home.
I remember Mom used to drive me to school, grade school, until I reached a certain age. Then I was able to walk with the other kids or whatever. Then when we got in junior high or that age bracket, I had my bicycle, and a lot of us kids just rode our bicycle. So we were like a big go. We had 108 kids in my class.
Wow.
Going through grade school into high school. So for a small farm community, 108 was quite a few.
You don't see a whole lot of kids taking their bikes to school anymore like they used to.
So we had a big giant row of bikes
Mm-hmm.
at our school, where now schools probably around here they just have a few bike racks, but we had more bike racks than car spots, I think, at one time. At the grade school anyway. Yeah, have a Coke and a smile. That's right. So let's see. Let's talk about
Dum dum dum. Wow, 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 wow.
You brought it up earlier, or they did in chat, about snakes and snake bites, and you didn't see very many snakes this year.
Right. Not one snake yet, anyway. Thank you, Jason.
So this object, you ever seen anything like this or know what it might be?
Looks kind of like the moon.
It does kind of look like the moon.
Snake egg? I don't know.
Anybody in chat recognize this, or they might have heard this? It's called a madstone. Anybody know what a madstone is?
A mad, M-A-D, mad.
M-A-D.
A madstone.
M-A-D-S-T-O-N-E, madstone.
Never heard of a madstone before.
Well, this is pretty much the stone or the hard thing that collects an animal's stomach, especially wild game like elk and anything that chews or cuds. I mean, even cows have stuff like this in their stomachs to help digest their food. And well, if you butcher the animal, or if you hunt and you find one of these in the stomach, people would save it. They would dry it out, put it in a piece of cloth, cheesecloth, whatever, so it gets air but dries out. And if you get bit by a snake, you can put this against that snake bite and it'll stick to the snake bite, or wherever the blood's coming out, it'll stick there, and it'll continuously, this is so porous because it's in the stomach absorbing the acid and the food and particles. It'll draw every bit of poison out of your body, and it'll drop off when it's done. And then you rinse it off, you dry it out, the same routine again, you save it for the next time. So anything like poison ivy, any kind of spider bite, black widow, copperhead, whatever, if you can get that on there, it'll draw out all the poison.
That's crazy. I've never heard of that before.
It's an old farm or grandpa remedy that they used to do back in the old days. You don't ever hear people talking about it.
Yeah, or people using it as, holistic remedies or anything.
So if anybody knows a farmer or anybody that hunts, and if you can get a hold of one of these stones out of an animal, you should keep it just in case you go camping or go out in the woods a lot. And
Here, can I get one on Amazon?
maybe you probably find it on eBay. I don't know. eBay, Etsy, they probably saw them. I don't know if they're authentic or not, but
wow. Yeah, they don't want us to know about this anymore. They want their man-made medicine stuff on us instead. Wow, that's interesting.
So there's many reports, especially in some like old diaries or doctor's journals, about the patient went to the doctor can't help them. Their legs are, if they got it like a copperhead or a snake bite, their legs are already swollen, they're turning black and blue, their heart's racing, they're soon to be dead because the doctor says, there's nothing more I can do with you. And then they send them to a farmer, or they know somebody in the community that has one of these, and they put it on there, and within an hour or more, the swelling starts going down, the color to their leg or the part of their body that they got bit in, their heart starts to settle down. And before the day's over, they're back to normal. because of this thing that helps the animal digest their food. And I've never seen one. I've never hunted a deer in my life though, but I've hunted other animals. But typically you just gut the animal and take out the intestines. You don't actually go into the stomach or the intestines. You try not to, because it's pretty foul. So you try not to puncture that if you can help it.
And this is something that hunters don't know anymore. They don't look for anything
So,
like this.
who knows how many of these have got thrown away in the waste or the pig pen or out just left out in the woods.
All right, you hunters, start collecting them. Let us know. I'll buy one off you.
But they say it works for any kind of poison. It could be, like I said, it could be poison ivy, or it could be thistle. You could have thistle burn, or stings. You could have a snake bite, scorpion bite. This thing will stick to your skin right where the wound is, and it'll just start drawing all that out.
Well, I know the silver spoon, if it's a real silver spoon, works for mosquito bites and stuff, and it makes you wonder why.
I don't know.
What is activating it that pulls out the sting. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Oh yes, I got nettle sting the other day. I barely touched it. And
Harold said he learned it from his grandpa.
Wow. Yeah, I've never heard of this. A madstone. Wow.
So there you go. If you know, like you said, if you know any butchers or hunters or people that butcher their own animals, maybe have them keep on a lookout for one. Maybe you can get one. And people that have authentic ones that they've had for a lot, especially old ones that they've taken care of. There's people that have offered. I saw one story where a guy offered like $1,200 way back when, and he wouldn't take it. I mean, that was a lot of money back then. And he said, no, it's too valuable.
Wow. Well, I know there's a few of you guys that hunt. Let me know if you guys have a few and you want to get rid of one.
So it's called a madstone, and it comes from the intestines or the stomach of an animal.
Wow. That's interesting.
Well, I guess we'll just keep going down some of the weird stuff, huh?
Mad Pack said his grandpa had several of those. Grandparents had several of those. Yeah, so they can be reused over and over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just need one.
If you took care of them.
Wow.
You gotta rinse it off. Then you gotta dry it out, and you gotta keep it in a nice clean cloth and let it have a little bit of air to it, and then it'll last forever and ever.
Wow, that's so interesting. So I'm in the holistic stuff.
So there you go. Not that we ever get in contact with the snake, but if you're walking out in the woods, looking around, whether you're mushroom hunting or just hunting or camping, you never know.
Yeah, Mad Pack said, would kidney stones work too? So it has to come out of the stomach of the animal.
Well, I know it's in the stomach for sure.
Okay.
And the article said definitely elk or big game animals, but it kind of hinted that maybe cows or other animals might have that just kind of rolls around their stomach and helps them digest food and gets rid of the bad stuff in their stomachs.
Wow.
So there you go.
You learn something new every day.
I did.
Yeah.
I don't think I had ever heard that from I was real young when my grandparents passed away, except for a couple of my grandmas, but all my grandfathers passed away. But my dad never told me about that. So I don't know if he ever knew it, or maybe he'd forgot about it from his grandfather or his dad, because they were all hunters and they butchered their own animals and hunted for game all the time.
And Big Pharma just kept hiding all this stuff, and they don't talk about it. There was even THC tinctures back in the medicine wagon. I mean, they knew darn well that cannabis and THC was healing. And then they made it sound like it was a trippy drug back in the 60s and got everybody scared of it. and then cancer went sky high and all these other diseases. There's a reason why the old-fashioned medicine man had THC. And you used to have a picture of that too somewhere.
What's that?
The THC tincture.
Oh.
The marijuana tincture, yeah, it was an old bottle. You showed it a couple years ago. It's probably on your computer somewhere.
Probably.
Yeah, because you showed an old, and it said marijuana tincture or THC tincture or something like that on it. And that's what the old medicine men used to use. It's actually good for you.
So how about this guy?
Uh-oh. Dum, dum, dum. This is for entertainment purposes only.
So the platypus lays eggs, carries venom, glows under UV light, and hunts by sensing electricity.
Oh my gosh.
Your body, our body, animals' bodies, you know, we all work off of electricity. We put out electricity or little volts. That's why we have auras. That's why people can see auras around it, because it's an energy field. So the platypus actually can see that and sense it, and that's how he hunts. But he also glows if you put a UV light on him. So I thought that was cool. I've never heard that a platypus was like a dark light poster that we used to have as kids that you could light them up. Now I knew scorpions, when you put UV lights on them, they glow.
Yeah.
That's how you find scorpions at night and hunt them.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I know. I can't wait till the spiders and everything come out and I can grab our UV light and go out and see what glows in the backyard. You know, they are funny looking, but they are cute. There's something about a platypus. Oh my.
So I thought that was interesting. I mean, I know that this is probably AI generated, but I like to see what an actual platypus looks like under a UV light.
Oh.
So here's a cone snail. His venom carries hundreds of deadly toxins, yet one inspired Prialt, Prialt, a painkiller 1,000 times stronger than morphine.
Jeez.
So you can actually deliver that venom directly into the spine, and it can work when morphine fails. Now, when I had my pinched nerve and my cartilage went out in my neck, morphine would not even come close to touching the pain. So I could have used some of that. Well, where's that cone snail venom then?
Wow.
I could have used some that day.
The elites only use them.
I ever felt in my life.
Only the powers that be can have something like that.
I guess so. So there you go. A natural painkiller, 1,000 times stronger than morphine. It comes from the cone snail.
Wow.
Which I never even heard of a cone snail. I mean, I know snails live in like shells, but I didn't know about this particular cone snail and its painkiller. Oh, Harold said he used to find those shells.
That's a pretty shell.
Yeah, I don't know exactly. Jojo says it wouldn't surprise me if they're found in Australia. I don't know where all the cone snails is. If it's in the Atlantic, Pacific, if it's south by Africa, Australia, I don't know where they're at.
But if you Google it, they'll probably tell you if you Google it. Morphine makes me pukey. Muriel says, I just found out the skin of a pineapple is fireproof.
Oh. I guess that's why you can I hear people grill pineapple, so maybe that's how it's protected from their.
Harold said it washes up on the Texas coast.
There you go. That fish is smiling.
That fish is smiling. That's because he's in his own bubble.
It is. It says the parrotfish builds a transparent mucus cocoon every night before sleep. It masks their scent from predators, blocking blood-sucking parasites and self-made slime sleeping bag for survival.
We need to make a bubble for blood-sucking parasites.
So he, yeah. So he just makes his own little bubble, and that way he knows he's going to be safe at night because nobody can hunt him down through scent, or any blood-sucking parasites can get him.
And he's just going, I'm safe now. Wow. That's neat.
So we have possums. We show them all the time on our cameras at night whenever they show up. So here, possums walk through rattlesnake country with venom resistant most animals never get. They rarely carry rabies, eat ticks by the thousands, and survive quietly as nature's overlooked cleanup crew.
Yep.
So they actually are not affected by venom from a rattlesnake. So that's why you can see them get bit, and
that's why I say leave the possums alone. They eat grubs and ticks and all kinds of things, and they do go after snakes.
So there you go.
So I leave them alone, and they're not
you.
And they're gonna get you if you corner them. Most of the time, I go in the backyard. Every single wild animal scurries. They don't charge you or anything. They're scared of humans, and I don't blame them.
I mean, even snakes, unless you surprise them. If snakes see you or hear you coming or feel the vibration from you coming, they'll try to slither their way into bushes and they don't even want to be around us. But if we just happen to surprise them, then that's usually when they strike and bite people, or you corner them, they can't get away and they feel threatened. Same thing with coons and possums. Possums, though, most time you could just scare them and then they become kind of helpless. they kind of go inactive, and so I've actually picked them up by their tail and carried them and not been hurt by them. And
see, Mad Pax is scared of humans too.
Yeah, a lot of people are scared by humans. It's safer to be inside. I think that was the only thing about the pandemic that taught us, was to survive at home and don't go out. Don't go out where people are.
That's why we stay home most of the time. We hang out with the good people online. Oh.
So here we go. Camels can drink water so salty most animals would crash. Their kidneys filter salt. Saliva breaks down thorns. Double eyelids shield them through the sandstorms. Desert survival looks engineered.
He's even smiling.
So camels can drink almost any kind of water and filter it out. That's how they can survive. And believe it or not, the U.S. has a camel population. And out in the deserts of the West, they actually use camels in military exercises, and they used them to carry mail. They're almost like a Pony Express. They use camels to deliver mail. And then when it all was done and over, they released the camels out in the desert. So you may still find some wild camels out in the deserts. You might not go deep enough to find them, but they're out there.
They are cute.
They're cute.
No, I have not, Harold. Have you?
What?
Have you ever stood by a camel when it farted?
No, but I've went places where you could get on an elephant and take an elephant ride or a camel ride, and just like llamas when they spit, camels kind of hiss. And they got kind of a slimy. It's horrible, but anyway, it does smell.
Well, speaking of farts, last night on the 24/7, I finally experienced a fox being really ornery, and he snuck up on this skunk on purpose just to pick on him. That skunk sprayed the fox. You could tell he booked off. And then I saw on a different camera, he's rubbing himself all over the grass, and then he took off. So yeah, fox found out I better leave that little guy alone. Ooh, that's pretty.
Yeah, so here we have a male puffer fish. He carves perfectly geometric sand circles into the seafloor to attract mates,
What?
shaping every ridge with their fins until the ocean floor becomes a love letter.
Come on.
So here this animal makes these beautiful designs in the ocean floor, which eventually, you know, the movement of the currents or other fish wipe it out, so you'll never see it hardly. But every once in a while, if you're lucky enough, if a diver's down there, they might find something like this and wonder, how was this made? Well, it's the puffer fish. There's certain fishes that make designs in the sand or the bottom.
That is beautiful.
It is.
Oh my gosh. That draws a mate. Oh my gosh, that's interesting.
So there you
go.
He does look proud of his creation, doesn't he?
Wow. Oh, that was pretty.
Look at this guy.
Oh, I want one.
Meet Japan Snow Fairy. The Shima Inaga, a tiny kokukada bird, looks like a living cotton ball with a round white face and possibly fluffy feathers that turned a small tit into a national obsession. Tiny bird. So we have the little floating fairies that looks like a piece of cottonwood or dogwood fuzz floating in the air. It's actually a little insect. We call them the floating fairies. But this is took it to a new level.
I want one.
Snow fairy from Japan.
And welcome in Shelly and Jessica.
Hey, Jessica. Hey, Shelly.
Oh my gosh, I want one. Oh, I bet it's so soft. I bet the song on it too is really pretty and
I wonder what it would be. I wonder what it sounds like.
Oh.
So yeah, Jessica, we were telling everybody at the beginning of the show that you're our guest this Sunday, and we're going to be talking about the LBL and some of your adventures that you've had.
Wow. Why can't we get cute birds like that? I mean, we got cute birds, but that thing is adorable.
Nothing like that, huh?
Oh.
Here's a good one for you. You'll really like this one.
Uh-oh.
Texas horned lizards shoot blood from their eyes when a predator closes in. The bitter fluid shocks attackers and tastes foul enough to make them turn away or back off.
Ew.
So out of their tear ducts or their eye ducts, they can shoot blood that smells horrible and freaks out predators.
All right, Harold, Mad Pax, you guys seen any of those?
I never knew that they could shoot blood out of their eye or the corner of their eyes.
Well, I've never heard that.
So I don't know if it's real. I assume it's real. That'd probably be the kind of lizard I'd find.
Mad Pax says I knew about this one.
Oh.
That's creepy. Wow. He said it's real.
This next one I never knew about either. Mango skin carries the same irritating chemical found in poison ivy.
What?
For some people, touching the peel sparks itchy redness or rash, while the sweet fruit inside stays perfectly safe. The danger ends at the skin.
Wow.
Now, as a kid, my brother-in-law, my dad said I've rolled over and touched poison ivy, not knowing it, but I have never broke out from poison ivy or anything. So I don't know if I'm a rare person that can't get it, or I was just lucky enough not to get it. But I know I've touched a mango. I know I've held a mango before, and it never irritated my skin, but maybe it doesn't irritate everybody's skin. Maybe just certain people who are highly sensitive to poison ivy or that kind of chemical. I don't know. So if you ever pick up a mango or some kind of fruit like that and you start breaking out, you may know now that it's because it's the same chemical found in poison ivy and you're allergic to it.
Daryl says I rinse it off and eat the skin like it's a peach.
There you go. Sun poisoning.
Wow. I guess some people are just more sensitive than others. That's interesting.
So I had never heard that before, so I thought it was very interesting.
I'm mango proof. Ah.
So here you go. Beaver kits are born with orange teeth already showing.
Wonder why they're
iron-coated teeth hardened into natural tools built for chewing through tough wood.
Looks like chiclet gum.
So we have beavers here in Illinois along the Illinois River and other creeks and places. So I've seen adult beavers that have been killed or, because they're destroying trees on farmers' lands or blocking up their water source. And they always had those big, long orange teeth. Well, we were always told as kids that that's how they grow. And after chewing on wood all the time, that their teeth turn orange. Well, now this is telling us that they're born with orange teeth.
Wow. It looks like chiclet gum.
They do look like chiclets. So there you go. They're born with bright orange teeth.
They are cute.
We used to drive by that one spot that had beavers working on those trees.
And you don't see the trees like that anymore. They must have got rid of those beavers because, yeah, we were going to church that direction, and you could tell it was beaver chewing on those trees.
So you guys remember the TV show Grizzly Adams?
Yeah, I used to watch that.
Well, Grizzly Adams was a real person.
I think I heard this before.
Yeah. In the 1850s, mountain man John Grizzly Adams captured a yearling female grizzly and named her Lady Washington. He trained her to follow him, carry a pack pole, a sled, and even keep him warm in freezing nights. Eventually, she allowed him to ride on her back. And it wasn't just this one, but he had many, many other Lady Washingtons or small bears after, say, the original one passed away or whatever. He had her baby cubs or other baby cubs that he did the same thing. So he had as many as, I think they said 30 full-grown bears during his lifetime that he trained and had as a companion, or like we would have a dog or. So they said eventually over the years, just like this picture's showing, that he was able to ride the bear. So he didn't necessarily even need a horse. He could ride the bear.
That's cool. A pet bear.
I thought this next one was funny. So I don't know if anybody likes snakes or is afraid of snakes or don't care. I mean, I've actually held snakes and touched snakes when we were kids. And so here it says the green vine snakes rarely attacks. It just stares at you like you have disappointed them. He does look disappointed, doesn't he? He looks like he's very disappointed in you when you so So he'll just be slithering around, and if he feels threatened or if somebody comes up, he'll stand up like a cobra, puff up, puff up, and he looks like this, like he's disappointed. And I guess it scares off the prey. Or
Oh,
so, can you imagine this guy peeking up at you, staring at you like, I'm very disappointed in you? Like, that's the first thing you want to see when you wake up in the morning, is a disappointed snake at you. It does kind of look like Kermit the Frog, doesn't it, Christy? He looks like he's judging you.
yeah. He does look like he's judging. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
That's funny. So that's the green vine snake, and I don't know where green vine snakes are because I've never heard of it.
Yeah, wonder where they're from at. I never heard of them. Oh, the look was funny.
So here's one of the most unluckiest guys in the world
Unluckiest.
as far as lightning's concerned.
Ooh.
Major Walter Summerford was struck by lightning in 1918 while serving in World War I. He was struck again in 1924 while fishing, and a third time in 1930 while walking in a park. The final strike left him permanently disabled. He died in 1932, and 4 years later, lightning struck his gravestone and split it apart.
Oh.
So this guy had a horrible experiences his whole life with lightning.
Whoa. There must have been something about him that would attract that lightning like that.
Now I've seen videos of a guy walking through a park and getting struck by lightning.
Oh,
And,
wow.
he's obviously he's knocked down, he's laying there motionless, and all of a sudden it's like he comes to and he gets up and he walks away. So I don't know whatever happened to him in the video, or if he got, if something bad happened to him, like as far as a lot of times you'll see people have scars or burn. It looks like electricity or lightning on your skin.
There had been something in his bones if it attracted that tombstone.
I don't know. But you think people would probably eventually would stay away from him if he keeps getting struck by lightning.
Wow. A lot of people get more abilities after they get struck by lightning.
Yeah, you could get special abilities. It can unlock your gifts, or it could. It's all kinds of weird stuff when you introduce electricity to your body.
You light up my life.
So speaking of lightning, we've all seen this statue many, many times. The Christ, the Redeemer in Rio de Janeiro, with its arms outstretched. Lightning strikes it 3 to 5 times every year. 2014 storm blew the tip of its right thumb off. The church keeps a stock of original soapstone repaired for each strike that hurts the statue. I bet that'd be something to see lightning come down, like that picture there, like lightning coming out and hitting Jesus Christ, like he's in control of lightning or has power coming from him. But 3 to 5 times a year, right? You think it'd be more than 3 to 5 times a year, as high as that is and as big as that statue is.
Wow.
So this is close to us. The gateway arch was built as 2 separate legs measured to meet precisely at the top. So they worked from the base on each side till they got to the very middle to connect them. On October 28th, 1965, the morning the sun expanded the south leg, the last piece would not fit. Workers ran fire hoses to the top and soaked the steel until it shrank. Hydraulic jacks applied 450 tons of force, and the final section slid in. So everybody knows, as cold and heat can expand or contract metal, steel. That's why a lot of bridges have problems during winter and all kinds of stuff. Well, that happened to the St. Louis Arch, the Gateway Arch. So it was made to be an exact fit. Then when they actually met in the middle at the top on the final day, it would not fit. So they had to come up with plan B.
Wow.
I've been up in the arch several times, many times actually. It's a fun ride. It's like going up a rickety roller coaster.
Yeah.
So here's one that is pretty prevalent for today, this day and age. Richard Dawkins believes his AI chatbot is conscious as the next phase of evolution.
Ew.
So supposedly he thinks that this thing is becoming conscious and is able to think and do stuff on his own without, or her. I don't know if it's a he or this looks like a female, but that his AI chatbot is able to think for themselves and figure out problems and equations without any prompts, and they don't know what to do other than to shut it down. But I don't know if they have or how old this could be. I remember a couple of years ago somebody talking about they thought two computer AIs were talking back and forth and started developing their own language.
Yeah.
And they had to shut it down because they didn't know what they were saying.
Mm-hmm. I think they shut both of them down. They're getting out of control. Yeah. Starting their own language. That's a little creepy.
Oh, Daryl never knew you could go up in the arch. Yeah, you can go. It's got little compartments, almost like what would it be like? Like a carnival ride where you can sit like two people, or it's like two on one side, two on the other, I believe, or two and two. I can't remember. But anyway, a chain. They got a big chain that loops all the way around. These carts are on there. You just sit there and it's self-leveling. Every time you go up, it just tilts.
Wow.
Tilts. So you feel it. You're going straight, then you're going crooked a little bit, then all of a sudden it self-adjusts. So then you just keep going all the way up to the top, and then they got a viewing windows up at the top. You can look out over St. Louis, and it's fun.
Hey, Monica.
It's kind of scary the first time. Hi, Monica.
Little bucket cars.
So yeah, it's like an egg shape almost. It's enclosed. You're kind of cramped in there.
That's probably expensive too, isn't it?
Well, I don't know. Back when I did it,
Yeah, but I bet it is now.
Probably. It's been quite a few years since we've been to St. Louis or done anything in St. Louis.
Michelle, I said you described it better.
I can remember the self-adjusting part. You think you're going up, but obviously it's curved. So you got to keep following that arch or that all the way up at the top. So it's got to be to keep you level. Otherwise you'd be like facing down with seat belts holding you in. So it actually self-adjusts as it goes up all the time. The museum, they got a fantastic museum underneath the arch showing about the Midwest. And
Mad Pack said he was on it. He said it was a fun ride.
Now, this one's kind of strange. We talked about raccoons. Raccoons would show up on our cameras. The inventor of the PCR test, Kerry Mullis, said he once met a glowing raccoon that talked to him.
What?
I don't know. He said the raccoon glowed and he had a conversation with him.
It's probably a shapeshifter.
Could have been. Could have been a shapeshifter.
I want a raccoon to talk to me.
I mean, that raccoon looks like it could talk to you.
Rocket could talk.
Every animal we've shown tonight looks like it could have talked to us. I mean, it's like they make them look so nice and
Shelly's got
personal. And
Shelly's got 3 baby skunks at her porch.
all right.
Well, be careful, because that's the only time I've ever been charged by a wild animal, is when a mom and 2 babies were coming up. Mom saw me and the other baby followed mom, but this little one's kept coming after me and charging me and charging me and charging me, and didn't realize, mom wasn't around. Then finally realized it was by itself. And I think that's the little guy that we see out there hopping around, charging at everybody. That's the only time I've ever been chased. Is a little baby skunk.
If you don't scare it and you act gentle and you talk in a nice, quiet voice, a friendly voice, almost like if you're talking to a baby, you know how everybody changes their voice when they're talking to a baby. If you do that around the animals, some of them will come up to you and be friendly and they won't spray you.
Yeah, I mean, at first I was just going to sit there, but then he saw me and just started bouncing and charging me like, I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you. And he was a tiny little thing.
He was probably just playing with you.
Yeah. But I still think he's the one that still bounces around, charges after everybody. But yeah, that was the first time I've ever seen a baby skunk. So cute. Oh my gosh. Tiny little things.
So our next slide is about Kodak, the film company.
Oh, good old Kodak.
In 1945, Kodak began noticing that some of its film was coming out foggy and damaged for no clear reason. The company eventually traced the problem to radioactive fallout from secret U.S. nuclear tests.
Ew.
Without meaning to, Kodak had detected evidence of tests before the government publicly admitted they had happened. So Kodak figured out that our government was secretly testing nuclear tests in the U.S. because it was overexposing their film.
By Area 51.
Probably.
I think they did do testing out there in that land.
They did testing more than just there. I mean, there was all kinds.
Probably all over. Yeah.
I mean, look at Bikini Island. We pretty much made Bikini Island so radioactive that people couldn't go there anymore. So I'm sure we've done lots of underground tests. Plus, we did above ground tests. Plus, we did way up high tests that the radiation just rained down over the U.S. I mean, they obviously either didn't know or didn't care.
They didn't care. They don't care about their people. Wow.
Here's a real interesting one that I never thought of or knew of. Sour candy can interrupt a panic spiral fast. A sharp burst of flavor grabs the brain's attention, forcing focus onto the intense situation instead of fear. A tiny shock to sense that can create enough space to breathe. So if you're having a panic attack, grab the sourest candy you can have and start sucking on that, and it'll reset your brain and it'll slowly take you out of that panic attack that you're having.
Is that why I've been addicted to Jolly Rancher sour gummies here lately?
No, you're just weird.
These things are nice and sour.
You're just reliving your childhood and eating all the candy that you want. I do like sour candy though too.
Oh, these little sour gummies, Jolly Ranchers, are really good. And then the kids always like the, what were those real sour things you get all the time? I forget.
Sour Patch Kids?
No, they didn't like the Power Patch Kids.
Warheads?
Warheads, yeah. Our kids went crazy over those warheads. Now, we always liked the lemon heads when we were little, but I don't think they're as sour as they were when we were kids. Those lemon heads used to be really sour in the tiny little boxes. I don't think they're sour anymore.
So that's just like migraines that say if you have a migraine, you start getting hot and sweaty, your body starts to hurt your head because your head's pounding. If you can take the coldest water you can imagine and put your fists and your forearms all the way up to your biceps or above your elbows into that freezing water and leave it there, it does the same thing. It resets your brain, resets. They all of a sudden your brain says, "Hey, something weird's going on somewhere else in my." So it focuses all the attention there and regulates your body for the coldness, which takes away the heat and the pressure of the blood in your head. So that's how you get rid of migraines with cold water. I've never really had a migraine, so I don't know.
I've had
Lemon
headaches.
heads are nasty. We used to eat lemon heads.
Yeah, because I don't think they're as sour as they were when we were younger.
Those fireballs, man. I used to not like the fireballs, but then the more I started getting used to them, I started liking them. They used to have a great big bucket of them at work, where you just go up there and grab a fireball and
the little red hots.
work.
You don't really see the little red hots in bags. I don't think people really like those little red hots anymore.
Yeah, they weren't like my mom.
Yeah, atomic fireballs.
Let's see. Let's go to
Dum dum dum. Time for a goat. Prank garlic gum back in the day.
Yeah.
I don't remember
They used to have onion gum. I remember in the back of magazines, you can buy onion gum. It's like a regular pack of gum. You give it, give us, here, you want a piece of gum? It'd be onion. Onion and garlic. They used to sell those in the back of comic books all the time. So here you go. The homeless in Victorian London, for 4 pennies, you could have a homeless person could spend the night indoors, given a wooden coffin box, a blanket, and a pillow, a cheap grim shelter known as a 4-penny coffin.
Oh, they don't do that anymore for these people.
No, so it really wasn't a coffin. It was they just built these for.
Yeah, give them a wooden box to sleep in.
That's their little space, and they could just have hundreds or however many of these people in these rooms, and it cost you 4 cents. And then the term for it was a 4-penny coffin, is what they used to call it out on the streets. But you could get a wooden box, a blanket, and a pillow for 4 pennies. But 4 pennies, that might have been hard to come by for some people back in the Victorian days. If you were homeless or living on the streets, might have a hard time even getting 4 pennies. Let's see. I think that's about everything in that section.
Dum dum dum.
Dun, dun, dun. So I thought that was pretty fun.
Yeah, there's some new stuff in there I've never knew. We're learning something new. I feel like I'm at school.
Wow.
Hope we don't have a pop quiz at the end of the show. We'll have everybody leave.
Never know. Let's see. Where should we go to next? So I found this. I don't know if somebody made it up or if it's an actual real map. I think it is. I think it was found in an old book. So we'll go over this real quick. Or not real quick. So here, this is about the mound builders, and it says the wild tribes. And not only does it tell you about the tribes, but it also tells you what their religion or what their practice was. Because like here's the stone craves, and it says it's a hearth or an earth cult for the mountains, because it's, you know, obviously you're working in the mountains or you're dealing with the mountains. So it goes through all these and tells you what they are.
And before we get into that, we have a question. What was the name of those wax bottle things that had that juice inside? Do you remember the name? Were they called wax bottles? What were those called? They had funky juice. Yeah, they had that funky juice.
Juicy something. It was juicy. I can't remember. Wacky
juice?
Something weird like that. But we had the Coke bottles. We actually had straws that had juice in them also, that you would bite off the top and suck out of them. Then you could use a straw to drink your sodas or whatever.
But I remember those wax bottles that you bit the top off and then had weird kind of juice inside.
Yeah.
Hey, Don Allen, welcome in.
That was about the same. Juicy squirts. I don't know.
Squirts?
It was something weird. Juicy something. I can't remember. But yeah, we had the wax bottles. We had the straws that were wax. We had wax lips. Remember the wax lips? They didn't have juice in them, but they were. Everybody ended up chewing the wax. I did.
Wax teeth.
Yep, wax teeth, wax lips. That's about the same time you had the sour bottle caps.
Yeah, about the time of Pixie Sticks.
Pixie Sticks.
You suck in Pixie Sticks too much, you get nasty cough.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
that dust that came up and got into your nose when you're breathing.
And then they had to come out with those big giant Pixie Sticks. I mean, the huge ones.
Yeah, John Allen. Yeah, we know Coley's on, and Juan's over there, and
Dwarfs over there.
Bigfoot Dwarfs over there, and
Lori Ladd's probably over there.
But we always have our Night Owl Lounge on Friday nights, so unfortunately we weren't able to be over there.
Yeah, we're showing our ages.
Yeah, just like the little cigarettes that had the dust on them, and you can pretend like you're smoking.
Yeah, they're finishing up the show. That means Dwarf will probably head over here soon. We'll probably get raided here in a little bit by Coley's chat. Is she just now ending? I'm 64 and he is 62. We're both in our 60s. And this is gray, but it looks blonde on camera.
Mine's pretty much all white gray.
Yeah,
now.
you're white gray. I don't do mine is more like a blonde gray. Mine is not a white gray. Probably because my hair is not as coarse. It looks like when people have coarser or thicker hair, they got white gray. But my hair is not white gray. Go to my music channel. You see an outside video, you'll see how gray I am. But this is actually gray.
Huh.
Now we're both adorable.
This is going to be cut here pretty soon. We got hot weather that's going to hit, so I'm going to shave my
long hair
that I haven't had a haircut
in a year.
Almost a year, yeah. And beard hasn't been trimmed or cut in a year.
Oh, we got 100-degree heat index next week. Yeah, he's probably going to get shaved all the way down, except leave a little beard because you look weird.
Well, I'll probably go down to stubble or a little
right,
more.
Just have, a little bit. But when you shave it down to the skin, the dog even is scared. I know the kids were scared. All the kids would hate it. When they'd walk in the room and see you have absolutely bald skin, the kids hated it. And I know the dog looks at you like, who are you? What's wrong with you? You don't look right.
Oh, yeah. Rose has the Dracula teeth. You used to be able to get the fangs, too, with the wax.
Oh, yeah. Hi, Rose. She must be on Rumble.
Yep, she's over in Rumble.
Hi, Rose. I don't know why I'm yelling. Hi, Rose.
Yeah.
Hi, Rose.
All
Yeah, this
right.
is
So
a
here's the wild tribes.
wild tribe. So these aren't common Native American. These
These
are
are
actual
these were
wild tribes.
before the Native Americans that we know. So they speculate that these were the mound builders. And in these certain areas in the US, or this map is what they were known for. Like this one is garden beds, agriculture, pottery. Then just down below it, you have the sun and moon cult. So they had altars and enclosures. Down here, you had the nomad hunters, the chambered mounds. So those are the ones that you'd be able to go in, and you would have different chambers inside the mounds. Over here, you had the image worship, the hunters, rock effigies. So that's where all the big effigies, like over in Wisconsin, you had the giant man, the hummingbird. They had all these big effigies that they put in the side of the hills and the side of the mounds. So there we were talking about that earlier. The nomadic hunters, the earth cult, they were into animal worship. So here are the stratified mounds. You have the copper relics, the carved pipes. And I'll show the whole map again so you can get a better. So here, this is obviously Lake Michigan. I think that's Lake Michigan coming in. So here we have Wisconsin, the other side's Michigan. This looks like Illinois right here. So that would be copper relics and carved pipes. So here's Cahokia right here. So now we're getting down south. So here you have the swamp dwellers, the water cults. So you had lodge circles, you had pottery. Up above them, that's where we saw what's the chambered mounds. We were just talking about that, how we came down off of Lake Michigan into Illinois. So we mentioned this a little bit ago, the sun idol and worship, the agriculturist sun idol worships, they had pyramids. So here we have the tip off of the Gulf Coast right here, where Louisiana. And out here on these little islands, there is supposedly a giant pyramid that somebody has found, and they're trying to figure out how to get down there and actually sketch it out. Hi, Carla. So they're trying to get down there to do a dig, or how to photograph it, how to chart it out, because there's a big giant complex right here off of the coast of Louisiana on these small islands. And right here it says pyramids and idol. So here's the map legend. It shows occupation, religion, characteristics. So here we're going up the East Coast. So here at the top, you have military works, pottery, pipes, stone vessels, I think that says. Then down right below it, you have the horticulturist, the fire worship, beehive tombs, shell clusters. So here's the full map. We can just go. I think you can see that good enough, or at least I can read it to you. So you have the hunters over here, the rock effigies. That was in Wisconsin. Here's more hunters effigies. Here you have the earth cult, the stratified mounds. So then you have the hunters, the atheism or animalism, chambered mounds.
Good night, Barbara.
Oh, here's Tina C. Hi, Tina C.
Hi, Tina.
He said Barbara's going to get bed. Good night, Barbara.
I thought someone else came in. Was it just Tina?
Carla
Oh,
Washington.
yeah, Carla. Welcome in, Carla.
So then down here you have the swamp dwellers, the water culture or water cult. We had lodge circles.
Water.
Here you have the stone caves. You had the pyramids. You have down here by Louisiana, Alabama. Here's the fishermen, the shell heaps. So evidently there was they collected so many shells from the sea or the animals that they had big heaps. Now, I don't know if that's from oysters and clams and all that stuff. So here you have the chunky yards. I have no idea what the chunky yards means, but they were into sun worship. Then you have the beehive tombs.
Beehive tombs.
Well, you know how a beehive have cells?
Yeah.
They have each. That's how these tombs were. It was just like a honeycomb.
Fire worship.
Yeah. So here you have in the middle. Here you have the mountaineers, the hearth cult, stone caves or craves. I don't know why it says craves, but it should be caves. They have pottery, and up here you have the sun moon cult, altars and enclosures. Up here in Michigan, you have the garden beds. Up at the top, you have the military works.
Huh.
So I just thought this was interesting. And I don't know if somebody, like I said, I don't know if somebody just made it up, or I believe this was found in an old book that somebody actually, whether it was an explorer or a priest, actually visited all these places and wrote down what they were into, and somebody put it on a map. Or so there you go. The mound builders and what their cults or their worship was, and what their occupations and religions were based off of.
Yeah, very interesting.
Very interesting.
Very interesting. And it's still cloudy and gross outside.
Let's see. Oh, I know. I do have another update on so we talked about this book about the link between Dr. West and Lee Harvey Oswald and Jack Ruby and a couple other spies and people that were in NASA and the government and college students that he did MK Ultra tests on. Well, I found this the other day. So this book, I Know a Woman by Mary Haverstick. So it's Female Spies, Double Identities, a new story of the Kennedy assassination. So that's an actual book in print that you can get and read all about that stuff. But I found this the other day. This is a woman that the Warren Commission would not hear her testimony or never made it public. She said, "Hello, I am Geraldine Reed. If you are reading this, I have already gone to my eternal reward." Well, in 1971, I was interviewed by Robert Groden, and I pleaded with him not to publish my testimony until my passing. You see, my life was threatened due to my experience with Lee Harvey Oswald. I was on the second floor of the book depository on November 22nd, 1963, when I 100% identified a man, Mr. Oswald, who asked me to take a break if I could break a dollar bill for change to buy a pop. How can I claim that? Because I distinctly remember dropping the change into his hand the very moment I heard the first shot. So she's saying while Kennedy was being shot out on the street by the assassins, Lee Harvey was inside the building getting change from her at a register for a soda pop in a cafeteria. So I don't know. I just found this the other day, and I assume it's factual that this lady had her testimony written down and was never released or introduced to the Warren Commission, and she 100% identified Lee Harvey Oswald as being the one that she gave the change to when she heard the first shot.
Wow.
So I find little stories like this all the time about Kennedy and weird stuff that just makes the Warren Commission questionable or makes me in my head. Kind of like the flat earth thing where I believe being taught we're on a globe, but then all of a sudden I see something that somebody from the Flat Earth Society says is like, well, that's very interesting. I've experienced something similar to what they talk about. So it kind of makes me wonder. That's the same. Some of the JFK assassination stuff. Somebody will come up with something or a picture or new evidence that's been unearthed or bought out by a relative or whatever. And it's all of a sudden it's like, well, that kind of goes against the one shooter magic bullet theory. So wherever you're at on the JFK assassination, whether you believe Oswald acted alone, or if you believe there was multiple shooters or the CIA, their mob, there's a lot of weird mob stuff that's related to the JFK assassination. So I don't know. It's weird stuff.
Yeah, there's been so much cover up on so many different things.
All right, let's go. Let's see. Where should we go? Have you ever heard of?
Nope.
No? Sure?
I don't know, maybe.
So from 1910 to 1960, people were talking about the upside down face man. Have you ever heard of the upside down face man?
His face was on backwards or upside down?
Upside down.
Really?
So supposedly it's a real thing.
There's got to be a DNA thing messed up.
All right, so we'll start with this one. So anytime there was a major publicity or car accident or murder or some kind of ghastly thing, there was always these pictures. And people just thought, okay, it's a normal picture of a crowd around a bad accident or a car that got, until they started looking at these pictures.
I do see them. Yeah.
And here is this guy. It looks like he has an upside down face.
Oh,
so
weird.
He is called the upside down face man, or however you want to say it. So people started noticing that. So this guy obviously doesn't know that this person or this image is there. Now, could this have been Photoshop? Could this have been done after the fact? Maybe the photo in the car crash is real and somebody put that in there. I don't know, because these are all happening 1910 to 1960 in that time, 1910 to 1930, somewhere in there.
But then I heard they did actually have Photoshop back then. They just didn't say.
Well, I'm just saying this could be an original photo without the upside down guy. Then somebody today, or say 5 years ago, or whenever people started talking about this, they could have possibly done this, or AI could have done it.
JoJo said, "Oh, hell no."
So I don't know. So I would like to see an original photo, or if a family member has a photo that has this and can say, no, my aunt, my uncle, my dad took this picture and that face wasn't there when we took the picture, but it's in the photo.
Where is he?
I think he's in here. I think it's supposed to, I think that's supposed to be him.
Oh, I was looking on the street at first.
Yeah, I did the same. I did the same thing.
I don't see him.
He could be back here somewhere, but I think he's in this window. He seems to always be in the wrecked vehicle.
Yeah. Hey, PNW, welcome in.
Hey, PNW.
We're talking about.
Like I said, I don't know if these have been altered. There's some, where I found them, they say these are authentic photos. Yep. So they zoomed in on it. So there it is.
Yeah, that one's definitely different than the other ones. Oh, that's wild. Huh.
So how many times, though, have we seen people take pictures and they swear up and down there was no ghost in the window, but you look at the picture they took and there's a ghost in the window, or you take a picture and all of a sudden great grandma is standing right behind there, but obviously she's been dead for years, but she's in that family photo or group photo. So I don't know. I mean, I suppose you could probably fake this window with a person standing in it, but it kind of looks like this window and this window as far as the background. Kind of looks fuzzy like the rest of the people, but I don't know. Anyway, I just found this a week or so ago and I thought it was weird. I never heard of the upside down man. Now, it could be one of these things where people are going to manifest this to happen. If everybody starts talking about the upside face man, then all of a sudden there becomes an upside down face man. Kind of like all those other ones that people talk about.
Sorry, JoJo. She said that's going to give me nightmares.
Uh-oh. Well, we'll pick something good to talk about then.
Yeah. Pick something happy.
We'll go to something else. I just got to figure out what it is. Bird. Usually, most of the stuff that I find is kind of weird, so I can go back to the cute little animals and show them again. Let's do.
A lot of weird stuff happened back then.
Man, it's almost 12 o'clock already. We've been on for 2 hours. Wow.
Yep. And someone woke up from her 2-hour nap. I hear you.
Let's. Have you ever heard of the Garden of Monsters?
Garden of Monsters. Nope.
Yeah, the Garden of Monsters. Has anybody in chat ever heard of the Garden of Monsters?
You can grow them now. They come from seed.
Well, they're in gardens, but it's like English gardens. You know what an English garden is?
Yeah, their backyard is called a garden.
They have the sculptured hedges and all this stuff. Well, this happens to be in Italy.
Yeah, because their backyard is all called a garden. We call them backyards, but our garden is a garden where we grow stuff.
So it's probably, I don't know, 50 miles from Tuscany, where all the people talk about the grapes and the wine in Tuscany, Italy, and the vacation homes.
Yeah. You went upstairs, don't you?
P and Debbie says now I'm gonna have to look at all my parents' old photos.
I know.
It's only during car crashes or house fires or something horrific happened. They say this guy shows up. So it might be a cute. If you have a family portrait or a family picture of you and siblings or aunt and uncles, he might not be there, but Aunt Edna or a great grandma Edna might be over your shoulder though. But the upside down face only happens during like car crashes and weird stuff like that. So over in Italy by Tuscany, we have a family that put all these statues and gardens in this huge property. And this is a map of it. So you can kind of see here, you go from the entry point, you go through this gate. Then you have all this stuff where you loop around, go through this whole property. And it's called the Garden of Monsters. Then here, this lists all the statuary, sphinxes and giants and turtles and whales and Pegasus and all kinds of stuff. And here's a list of all the trees that aren't normally found necessarily, all of them in Italy, and bushes and flowers. And so I figured we'll just go ahead and show some of these figures.
And I hear that Harold has a sore back. I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, sorry, Harold.
So I'll recommend something here in a little bit for him.
Oh.
What is this?
So in the garden, they have resting spots. So here's supposed to be like a Greek bed or a bench that you can sit on and rest, and it has inscriptions in it. I don't know what the inscription says. Sorry, I should have done that, but this is kind of like in the Greek Roman style. So as you're walking through these gardens and you need to take a rest, of course they got it blocked off now, probably because of falling stones, or maybe people were chipping away at it while they're sitting there or something. I don't know. So here next to it is like the mausoleum or the church. And they have like Roman, Greek stuff carved into the walls. So this was a private family estate, and he built this for his family and for his wife. So here's Cerberus, the three-headed dog that guards the gates to the hell.
Oh my.
So there's his statue that's in there.
Where is this at? Over in the UK?
In Italy.
Oh, in Italy.
Close to Tuscany. So there's his statue, Cerberus, the three-headed guard of the gates of the underworld, or we say the gates of hell.
Oh, that's interesting.
So here's Ceres.
Oh my. Looks like a mermaid.
Yep.
Oh, that definitely looks like a troll.
So this is called a demon head or whatever it is. So you can
look man and its horns. Ew.
So this is supposed to be the demon head. So here's a dragon. Almost looks like he has a monkey head to me, but it's supposed to be a dragon because there's his wings. Maybe it's a flying monkey.
I know it's definitely different looking than a normal dragon. Wow.
So here's Echidna.
A two-legged mermaid.
So it's a split mermaid. You're right. Kind of like what you'd see on Starbucks coffee cup.
Mm.
And I think these are lions. I think I have another picture of those. So anyway, you can walk this whole thing. There's like I said, there's plenty of flowers. There's lots of hedges that are carved like the English gardens that you would see in Victoria time, or the castles they would have. So that's kind of what this is based off of, but it's over in Italy. So it says Echidna, half woman, half snake monster, but I think it's supposed to be the mermaid, but it's split.
Snake.
From Greek mythology, and a pair of lions. So it is a pair of lions. Don't necessarily really look like lions, but maybe it's eroded, but they put different heads and stuff on.
Oh, male and female. Males has
could
the
be
mane.
male and female.
Yeah, male has the mane.
So here's the elephant. This is supposed to be, I believe, Hannibal. The story of Hannibal when he crossed the mountains and used elephants to carry the cargo and the cannons over the mountains. So this is supposed to be about him. So I guess this is Hannibal, or somebody riding the elephant carrying stuff. So you can see how big these vases are that they carved also.
Wow. Makes you wonder what it says on there.
I think this is the dragon that we saw earlier. You just can't really see his wings, but I think that's the dragon. So there's another picture of the dragon.
That definitely looks like a monkey right there.
Yeah, I think it said in one of the descriptions I read that it had like a monkey face, but it's a dragon. I don't know why. So here you're walking along the paths, and here's some more seating, like old Roman style, Greek style.
And have the cryptids come up over the edge and get you while you're sitting there all relaxed.
I think this is a mermaid laying there.
Wow.
At the very end. Then you can sit here and rest and enjoy the scenery. And I don't know what that is. That's something. Person, monster. I don't know what that is.
It looks like something coming out of the ground. That looks like something coming out of the ground.
So here's I think that's the same woman with the bull on her head series. And I think there's a constellation series. Looks like she's missing a nose. A lot of statues always end up missing a nose, it seems like.
Wow. That's old.
So this is one of the gates you go through. They've had more than one entrance and exit throughout the years. I don't know why. It didn't really say why they moved them, but
Dwarfs in the chat.
Uh-oh. He went right to the body parts, huh?
Yeah, I was thinking that too, and then all of a sudden he pops in.
I noticed the nose was missing. I didn't notice anything else, but she had top surgery. Well, maybe too many visitors were getting handsy and wore them off. I don't know.
Definitely a female.
So here's a typical trail. You can, just like you'd see in any state park or whatever, but you have trails and railings and steps to go up, and you continue up through. So it's different elevations through this whole property where all these statues are. So I think this was supposed to be like a bathtub. And
Yeah.
whether the side got broke out or they changed it to make it look like into a seat or a couch. But I think it's supposed to be like a Roman or Greek bathtub. I think this is a lion.
Yeah. It looks pretty decayed.
Yeah. Face is almost wore off. It has a lot of old statues. They're out in the weather and storms and over time and sand and wind, erosion, and so I imagine in its heyday it looked pretty nice and pretty detailed.
Mm-hmm.
So here's a better picture of the lady. This really gives you that looks like a tentacle from a
Wow.
octopus or something. Doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Oh.
So this is supposed to be another
Mermaid?
dragon or
A mermaid with wings?
a winged. So obviously female, although that almost looks like a male head, but it looks like it has a female body and some kind of animal feet.
But I've never heard of a mermaid with wings.
Well, I say mermaid, but this might not be a mermaid. It could be just a serpent.
A serpent dragon, a half man and half dragon. Oh, this one's interesting. It does look kind of like a man.
It definitely has like a fish tail.
Oh, Amira says siren.
Yeah, it could be a siren. Yeah, maybe it's a siren.
Oh, yeah.
So there you go. That's
Dude.
So here's another look at Hannibal and his elephant. And I think he has a soldier. I think I might have a picture of it from the other side where the elephant is actually battling or subduing an enemy soldier as Hannibal is up on top, or the rider is up on top of the elephant. There we go. Now, if you look at this guy, his size compared to this guy's size, is this guy a giant?
Oh. Helping them fight giants? That might be.
I mean, this guy looks awful. If he was standing, see his knees bent and his other knees on the ground, I believe. If he was standing up, I think he would be as tall as this elephant. Or pretty close. So I think this was I think Hannibal had to fight giants to go through the mountains.
Wow.
What do you guys think? What do you think? That looks like a giant to me.
Yeah.
Or at least they made him bigger than the guy up on top riding the elephant.
I bet he was helping had the elephant to help fight off giants back in the day.
Maybe. Well, Hannibal supposedly, if you read the history books, used the elephants to cross the mountains to get the artillery and materials to the other side of the mountains, But I'm thinking in the hills there was probably giants up in the mountains that he had to fight also, or maybe ogres.
B&W says it looks like he's saving a fallen soldier.
Well, then maybe this is a boy. Maybe this is a boy riding an elephant on top. And that's a normal sized human. But I think if he stands up, he's almost as tall as this elephant.
Mm-hmm.
I personally think it's maybe he is carrying somebody that's hurt. I assumed he was subduing an enemy. But I could be I didn't read it that that's what he was doing. I'm just guessing. Dwarf says I'd go literally.
Oh, that's kind of cute. Let me guess, it's one of the most evil statues there.
I'd have to look up his name on the chart. I think I might have another picture of him, but this is supposedly another demon because you see the horns.
Oh, never mind. It made him look cute.
So your little cute guy, his nice little hair and beard, and
yeah, he's a demon. Never mind. Dadgummit. People are shoving stuff in his mouth. That's creepy.
Oh yeah, they are.
Ew.
Kind of made his eyes weird too.
Uh-huh.
His nose is broke off too. Why are all the statues have noses broke off?
Well, everybody likes poking noses.
So here we're back to the monkey dragon again. I must have got a lot of pictures of the monkey dragon. Bigfoot dwarfs, David and Goliath.
Cocaine is hell of a drug.
So there's the map again.
That's wild.
So like I said, we have a water nymph, fountain with a nymph. We have Ceres, we have a tomb, we have Ares, we have an ogre, we have dragon, we have an elephant, we have vases, we have Neptune, we have dolphins, sleeping woman, lions. I never saw the pine cones.
Pine cones and acorns.
Yeah, I never saw them, so I don't know where they're at. There's Cerberus, there's a rotundra, there's a bear. We might be going through.
No.
This is one of the giants. And I think the official name of it is Struggle of the Giants. So I think they're either fighting or something.
Ew. That reminds me of these rock concerts.
So this is the mouth of hell.
Yeah, that's why a lot of these rock concerts have that big giant mouth you got to go through to go into the concert. Ew.
So so if you look up in Greek mythology, or you should be able to find the demon or the mouth of hell.
He's got a booger in his nose.
Through that gate.
He's got a booger in his nose.
Well, they probably shove stuff up it.
Who's brave enough to go through there?
I'm sure somebody's probably walked in it.
Ew. That seriously looks creepy. Especially if the eyes glow at night.
So I think if you look up in Greek mythology, I think he has a name, and I don't know it off the top of my head. I used to know Greek mythology really good, Roman and Greek mythology.
Yeah, B&W said, but did they walk out if they walked in?
Oh.
Ew.
So I don't know. I'm not going to read it or try to pronounce it. I'm assuming it has to do with whatever. Looks like there's a bench or something in there.
I was going to say an altar.
Oh.
Ew.
All right. I mean, I didn't realize I had so many pictures of him.
There's some creepy places in this world.
So here's Neptune, the god of the seas, god of the water. Looks like he has a serpent or something under his hand. He's still got his nose, looks like, pretty much. Lots of hair and beard. I always thought that was funny. I always thought about that as a kid. You know how you wet your hair when you take a bath or shower or whatever, and why would a god of water who's in water all the time have a beard and long hair? Wouldn't that be wet and a mess all the time? Of course, I guess for your god, maybe the water doesn't affect your hair. I don't know. But even like the new Marvel movies about Neptune, they always have long beards and long hair in the water. So this says the Roman god of fresh water and the sea, the statue of Neptune. Looks like he might be missing part of a leg.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a shark bit it off or something. Yep, Neptune is Poseidon, also called Poseidon. So this is Proteus Glasgow. It's a sea monster.
Looks almost Aztec.
Does look Aztec, doesn't it?
Yeah. Chip teeth.
He's got some pretty big teeth there. Got some pretty big bottom ones too, right there.
He's got a perfect nose.
He does have a perfect nose, and he's got some bulging eyes. He's got a nice little hairdo or whatever that is going on. I'm not sure what the sphere on top of his head represents or why it's up there.
Water vase.
Could be just a vase.
A lot of them have things on top of their heads back then.
Maybe that's supposed to be the world. I don't know. There's another picture of him. I tried to find online different pictures for different angles, or maybe some of them are a little bit higher definition than others, so we can zoom in and check out his nostrils really good. Ooh, he's got some ivy or something growing around his eyes.
That looks more like a vase or something.
Well, it doesn't look like it has an opening at top. It has something else on top of it even.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Maybe this is it says sea monster. It describes it as a sea monster. So I thought maybe it was like the god that was holding the world up, kind of like our statue where the guy's holding the world. Is it Hercules, or who is it holding the world up?
They had big sea monsters back then. I was watching a podcast that Jonah was not swallowed by a whale. If you look at the original word, I don't know what the word is, but in other words, it was a certain type of sea monster, not whale. That's a big turtle.
Yep, it's a big turtle. I think I got a picture of the turtle. So here it says the monsters, elephants, lions, sphinxes, turtles, orcs, and many others are sculpted directly into rock that once a time were randomly abandoned here by a local volcano. The sculptor, whose names remains unknown, had adapted the figures to the peculiar size and shape of the rocks. It was not an easy task to accomplish. In all the series of statues that you'll be able to find, the one most appalling and therefore one of the most photographed is the Orcus. It's a huge statue carved out of tougher rock, a round empty eyes, a huge open mouth, and two big square teeth that without a doubt would be capable of tearing to shreds who dared to enter. So I think that was the picture that we were just looking at. I think that's what it's talking about, even though it's showing a turtle. Let me see.
Turtle.
All right, so here's the street, the statue of the Greek sea god Glaucus. And you see he's actually in a side of a hill or bottom of the mountain or whatever, to give some kind of reference to how big it is, or looks pretty big to me. So here's the statue of the Sphinx.
There you go, dwarf. If I'm counting right, she's got 10 of them.
Well, I think this is like a udders.
That's what I mean. But then it looks like she's got all front. So she's got 10 of them or what?
Well, so it's like an animal and a human figure together. Yeah.
Can you imagine making a bra for that thing? Yeah, dwarf. Oh my.
So here we're back at the three grazes in a nymphum. So this is the nymphs.
And welcome in. I know I'm going to butcher your name. Guerra? Guerra? Well, welcome in. I cannot pronounce your name. Guerra? Guerra? Welcome in anyway.
So here's a farther away landscape of Poseidon, and then here's the sea monster that's right next to him.
Do I pronounce it Wera? Ah, is that how I pronounce it, dwarf? Wera.
I would have said Urara. I would assume the G was silent. Urara. I don't know. Uera? Wera? I'm sorry. I shouldn't. I mean, my name, if you GerYL, I mean, I don't know how many times my name's been mispronounced, but
it means white girl in Spanish. So it is what dwarf said. It must be Wera. Is that how you pronounce it? Wera.
Huh.
I'll try to remember that.
Well, welcome in.
Yeah, welcome in. Thanks, Dwarfy.
So I think that's a cool picture of him up there on top of the little hill. And I'm assuming this was probably filled with water. This might have been a little pond or basin that you have maybe he squirted water out.
That's what I'm guessing. I bet he had water coming out of his mouth. I bet it was a water fountain.
So he's a sea monster. Then you had the god up here of the water, fresh water. There's a better picture of the three-headed dog for the gates of hell. There's another angle of the sea monster and Poseidon. There's a different picture of the elephant with the guy. So now he looks a little taller. At this angle, this guy looks a little taller on the elephant.
Mm-hmm.
But this guy still looks huge. Oh, I didn't notice this guy.
Yeah, he's got something else trapped.
He's got all kinds of designs on his wings, whatever. Some swirlies up here. Whatever these circles are, half moons. Not very big wings for him to use to fly. And I don't really know what this is.
It's got big feet.
It does. Still looks like a monkey head, though.
Yeah, I know. That we don't know. There might have been several types of different dragons back then.
So here it looks like another fountain or pool of water. Here's the dragon monkey. There's the elephant. So these two are pretty close together. Here's a different picture of the Sphinx. Rose over in Rumble. She's a little behind us. She says, "Man, she's got a lot of boobies."
Yeah, she does.
So here's the bigger picture of the two giants. It says struggle of the giants. I'm assuming they're wrestling or fighting.
Wow.
This guy doesn't look like he's doing very good. This guy looks like he's the stronger or winning right at the moment.
Hey, there's Danielle Diva.
Hi, Danielle.
Good evening from Canada.
So this kind of reminds me of like the Olympics.
Yeah.
When they did sporting events and wrestling in the Olympics in the Greek and Roman days, they actually didn't wear clothes. They were actually naked, butt naked when they wrestled.
Butt naked Olympics. Can you imagine that?
So here's a different picture. Look how big his thigh is.
Jeez.
Looks like
Gladiator.
a horse hoof. Does that look like a horse hoof?
That kind of looks like a horse hoof. Like gladiators. Hey, Dojo. Trey Jojo's in here.
Hey, Trey.
Welcome in.
Looks like he's trying to rip his legs apart, rip them in half.
Probably is. It's probably, instead of breaking the arms, he probably breaks his legs. Naked wrestling doesn't sound right. Oh.
I think that's the last picture.
Man, he's got big thighs. Wow.
So we can go back to the map real quick. So if you're ever in Italy, and you're close to Tuscany, well, within 30, 50 miles of Tuscany. And I got to find it. Where's the map?
Gary's from Alberta. That's where my daughter and husband and 2 little grandchildren are, is in Alberta.
Yeah. So if you make a trip to Tuscany or over in Italy, you can find this place. It's called actually, I think it's the Sacred Woods.
Sacred Woods.
Sacred Woods of Bamarzaro. But they call it the garden. The everyday term is garden, or the monsters garden, or garden of monsters. But the actual name is the Sacred Wood of Bamarzaro. Then, like I said, here's all the statuary and stuff that you can go see: the whale, the turtle, struggle between giants, Glaco, the sea monster, the sphinxes,
Fountain of Nymph, Fountain of Dolphins. That's wild.
Monumental vase. It's a great big giant vase. Then it's got the non-indigenous plants, the bushes, all the tree species that they planted there. And so you got this map going over this huge estate, so you can actually see how big this estate is if you follow this all the way through. all the way through all these trees and up and down the little hills and valleys to see all these statues. And so there you go.
That was
Garden
cool.
of Monsters. If anybody ever wants to go visit in Italy.
That was interesting. Whoop whoop
Whoop.
whoop whoop.
Yeah, I thought that was a fun one. That was pretty good. I never heard of it before. Let's see. Where should we go now? I think we'll go just a little bit longer. Well, we've been on 2.5. So speaking of, we were talking about the monkey dragon. Not that this is a monkey dragon, but I found some more old manuscripts or pages from books that have some more dragons that I have never seen.
Oh.
So this has a castle, a high wall, a tower, and it has multiple dragons flying around, shooting fire. So here's an old colored one from Asia, over by China, of the different types of dragons that they said they had. And these could be water dragons. These could be whatever they're. But I thought they were well drawn and nicely colored, and it's definitely old. Kind of a different shape for dragons, huh? Except this one kind of looks like a almost normal dragon. These more look like big giant reptiles or dragon or dinosaur looking. This one.
One that almost almost looks like a snake. Yeah, 2 legs. Some have 4. Some have none.
Yeah. So these could be not necessarily, even though they have wings, some of these could be actually water dragons. I don't know. Then here's an old one of a dragon. Now this one shows where it has 2 feet and wings, but no real like dinosaur. Was you only have the small arms. So I don't know wait a minute, what's going on here? I didn't notice this thing. That looks like a woman part dragon. It almost looks like that statue of that we just saw, a statue of in the garden. Right? Half woman, half snake, half dragon. She looks like she has an awful long neck, though. So I don't know. She's running away from this dragon. That looks like a bat. Maybe an owl. Got some goats.
All right.
All right, what?
I got a little distracted. Christy, if you're still in chat, I sent you a message. I just sent a picture of the 2 items that I've been using a lot here lately that's been helping. Didn't want to interrupt the whole chat, so Christy, check your message.
So here's a picture of a dragon, obviously on its eggs, protecting its eggs, and there's a
baby dragon.
There's a baby right there.
Oh,
got a little one down here too.
Oh my gosh, baby dragons.
So it doesn't really show us what it's fighting, but there's several up in the air also shooting flames out at somebody or something.
Trey, I can't pronounce that.
That looks like
Something
that
only
could be
has 2-leg dragons. Normally would have 4.
well, see, this one looks like it has 4,
Right.
but those other pictures,
Well, a couple that had none.
this one don't have any. He looks like he's kind of furry on the head, scaly and furry. He's got tufts on his ears and hair coming down on his chin. That looks like a Chinese dragon or Asian dragon. Then this one, they all have 2 legs. Well, this one doesn't have any, but this one has 2. Huh, interesting. So here's a chimera, here's a dragon, here's a winged seahorse. So it's got the dragon reptilian body with a wings
Wow.
and a horse upper body and hooves.
You pronounce that Vren. Why are you guys keep saying David? What's the joke? I'm missing a joke.
Dwarf said he would go toe to toe with a giant, and then they started calling him David, as in
Oh,
David
David
and Goliath.
Goliath. Oh, okay, okay.
So this says China illustration. So this is in a book about a dragon. This has 4 legs, has wings,
And horns.
fire.
That's got wild horns too.
Yeah, it's got horns. And I assume this is like a leopard or something else that's fighting off. So this looks small. So maybe it's a younger. Oh, it says tiger. So here's a superior dragon with a ferocious tiger. I can barely read these words if anybody else can do better than me. So that's a tiger, dragon, superior. So this is a dragon and tiger in its habitat. I don't know. I'm trying to read as much as I can of it. So it says Draco. Obviously, that's the dragon. Here's Tigress, which is, so it's a tiger or a cat. Here's another old one. He's eating his tail for some reason, or chomping down on his own tail.
Ooh.
So he doesn't really have horns, but his ears look funny, like
Yeah. And he's got a very like a beak for
he does have like a beak.
point.
He's got like bird claws.
And his tail looks like it could poke people too.
Yeah, it does. Usually you see that on like a devil's tail, almost like or a scorpion tail, where you could, like you said, spear somebody with your tail. So here he has 2 legs only. Then he has wings. And I'm not sure what part of the country or this looks like German. This looks German to me.
Yeah, that does look German.
This is dragon. Yep, dragon.
So they
Well,
definitely
this is handwritten notes down here. Whatever all this is supposed to be.
Oh, that's a good thought. Carrie says stingray tail.
Oh, a stingray tail.
Almost kind of like a scorpion tail. Makes you wonder if it had a poisonous point to its tail. Yeah,
There's no reason why it couldn't.
right.
We don't even know if, like a snake, if its fangs could maybe have venom in them too. I don't see any other animals in this this etching.
It's amazing what we find in these old books.
So here we have a
Oh,
dragon with 4 legs.
he acts like he's upset. He got kicked in the
He's
butt.
got the pointy tail again.
I don't think he's happy his butt's getting kicked.
Well, yeah, and this knight in armor has spikes. Yeah, he's getting kicked in the butt.
Talk about being brave.
So this guy has spikes, I guess. So if the dragon tries to bite him, the inside of his mouth would get these metal spikes, I guess. So he wouldn't want to bite him, I guess. I don't know. I think a
Wow.
dragon still tear you apart, but
Because they were all different shapes and sizes and all look different.
he's got normal ears.
Got spikes all up and down his spine.
He's got like a dragon or like a dinosaur. He's got spikes like a crocodile or going up and down.
That's because dinosaurs were invented back in the 1800s because they were dragons.
So there you go.
Just my opinion.
So here's obviously a king
Oh, dragons are fighting.
and the dragons are up in the air fighting. Now these only have 2 legs.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got his tongue sticking out. This one looks weird. What's up? What's wrong with this guy?
He almost kind of looks like a dinosaur. Is that his eyes on the back, or is that
This is, I think, well,
or his
that might be his ear. Maybe this is his eyes. And here's a tooth. Here's a tooth. I don't know. He's weird looking. This guy came out all right. He's got like dinosaur ribs.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't have spikes, but he has the ribs of the spine or whatever.
Makes you wonder why they did not want us to know about dragons and hid this and made a big deal about the dinosaurs. I don't get it. Why are they hiding dragons from us?
I don't know. All right, you want to do more monsters or you want to do paranormal?
Ask the chat. Monsters or paranormal?
We'll probably get to one more thing before we call it quits because we're getting ready to hit 3 hours.
I don't see anything yet. I know we're a delay, but you want paranormal? You want more monsters?
Like cryptids.
Do 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 do.
Let's see. I'm trying to think of what else we got.
There's a 1 paranormal. Jojo says I don't mind. 1 says cryptids.
Oh, maybe we shouldn't ask. Will probably be a split decision.
Boom, boom. Another paranormal. Them hiding dragons hide the facts that this earth a lot more special than they want us to know. Yep, I agree, Trey. Either they got killed off or all these creatures and stuff went. inner earth or something underground.
Right.
There's
Well, let's
another
see.
cryptid.
We haven't done any necessarily cryptid reports, so let's do a couple cryptids.
Yeah, because it's. I think cryptid one is winning so far.
So
Oh,
these are, how do I explain this? These are not necessarily our everyday. These are kind of like legends and myths, I guess, compared to like our Bigfoot and stuff. These are kind of like those national park cryptids that we did, those cards kind of.
right.
So that's what these are kind of going to kind of
Oh,
be.
that's right. There was a dragon underneath Yellowstone, wasn't there, on those cards?
Yes, there was.
Is that why we have geysers and all the bubblies underneath? Because there's a fire-breathing dragon underneath
So here, this
Yellowstone.
skeleton guy,
Ew.
Bayok, Bayok, Bayok. I don't know.
I think that's the first cryptid I've seen that doesn't have a six-pack.
Well, if he would have had a stomach, he probably would have had one. It looks like he's still got hair or a wig or
Ew.
got arrows. So I'm assuming it's associated with Native American. So here it says Bayok is a terrifying skeletal spirit known for the beliefs of indigenous people of North America. It is called the invisible hunter
Oh.
because it can blend perfectly into the surroundings and move silently through the depths of the forest. It appears suddenly and without warning, then takes the victim's life with a single precise arrow. According to
Jeez.
legend, it may also stun an unfortunate person with a club before devouring their liver or draining their blood. So this is at Heresies and Myths, just in case anybody wants. There's a lot more. I only downloaded so many ones I didn't really know.
Wow. It must have been an old folklore or something of the Native Americans. No six-pack.
The Bayok is a spirit from mythology of the Ojibwe, OJIBWE people. So it's a Native American group who once inhabited the vast regions of Canada and northern United States. It appears as a gaunt, almost skeletal figure with glowing eyes set deep into hollow sockets, known as the invisible hunter.
Dwarf, I was thinking the exact same thing. Not husband, but when he was explaining that, it reminded me of Spearfinger.
Spearfinger, yeah.
So he said it sounds like Spearfinger's husband.
Oh.
Wow.
So an approach is marked only by an eerie whistle of arrows cutting through the air. So you're not going to hear them except for the sound of arrows coming at you. So it says it targets unwary travelers who lower their guard while resting. If someone falls asleep in a vulnerable place, the spirit may strike without warning, killing the victim with a single precise aimed arrow to the heart. So it says in some versions, like we said earlier, Bayok uses a club to stun its prey before consuming their liver and drinking their blood. In certain tales, the victim survives, but is likely severely weakened, confused, and unable to recall the attack.
That does sound like Spearfinger.
It does.
Because Spearfinger like liver. Oh. Wow.
So here's another one. Cat Sith.
Ew. Oh my.
Cat Sith was a Celtic spirit that looked to form of a large black cat with distinctive white spots on its chest. According to legend, this mark gave it the ability to steal souls of the recently deceased. It's most often appeared during the Celtic festivals of Samhain, which is Halloween, right? Which later evolved into Halloween. There you go. I should have read further, I guess. During this time, Cat Sith wandered through villages and farms in search of its victims. So there you go. The Cat Sith.
Dwarf says, don't pull the spear finger.
Going through the graveyards, glowing eyes and white marks on its chest. But how many black cats do you see have white marks on his chest, though?
Right, not too many.
There's hardly ever any purebred black. They always have some kind of markings. It's the ones I've seen, anyway.
I bet he's yowling really funny through the graveyard.
So it says the Cat Sith is a large black cat with a distinctive white patch on his chest, which, according to legend, allows it to steal the souls of the recently deceased. So the white spot, for some reason, helps steal the souls. Why would that be, I wonder?
Mm-hmm.
So if it was all black, it probably couldn't steal your soul. It has to have that white spot on his chest to steal a soul?
I don't know.
Huh.
Creepy.
Rose is saying something about tinctures and pain on Rumble.
I make tinctures. I'm making some now. Got white willow brewing, which is like aspirin, but actually is aspirin.
Yeah. So it says in folk tales, it appears mainly at night during festivals of the dead, when the boundaries between the worlds of the living and the world of the dead is believed to be the thinnest. In many parts of Scotland, tradition known as Fiel Fadalach was practiced. This involved keeping watch over the body of the deceased person to prevent Cat Sith from taking his soul before the proper funeral rites had been performed. You'd have people watching over. I don't know if it'd be a priest or somebody praying. Oh, Rose says she likes white willow tincture.
Mm-hmm. I got a batch going right now.
She took some with some chocolate milk.
Oh. Bad thing about tinctures is they take 4 to 6 weeks.
Unless you have a tincture. She says calendula tincture and arnica gel used to help with pain.
Yeah, there's turmeric, there's Queen of the Meadow, there's white willow, and a tincture, Tincture. Tinctures is herbal medicine. That's what medicine used to be years ago, until Big Pharma came in and stopped all the tinctures. You do dandelion root, any kind of herbs in a jar, and you normally use vodka, but there's certain herbs that you actually do use Everclear because it sucks out all the nutrients. You don't get drunk on it because all the alcohol is, what do you call it, absorbed out or whatever, but the alcohol is sucking in all the benefits and the nutrients out of the herbs.
Oh, yeah.
So, and that's what a tincture is. That's what the medicine man used to have. He used to have all these amber or blue bottles back in the day, and that was medicine. You look up all the benefits to all of them, so you can add this and add that and make your own medicine. And I've been doing it for, I think, close to 15 years now. Actually, I got a bunch of them right in front of me.
Oh,
yeah, it's Tincture, tincture. And you can look up, usually like a fourth to a half a jar of herbs. And then you got to shake it every single day. And 4 to 6 weeks later, you strain it and then put all that juice in a little amber bottle, and you got medicine. Or you can make salves out of it. You can, put some in, rubs if you're into, that kind of homemade stuff. Yeah, I got a whole cabinet full of crazy tinctures. Even catnip.
Rose said arnica. I think it's arnica.
Arnica.
Now, my favorite movie is the McClintocks, and they talk about the tincture of, I thought they said Varnica, but maybe it's arnica.
Hmm.
They mentioned it in that old Western movie
Really?
about being they just the two young kids got in a fist fight and bruises. I think they said tincture of I think they said Varnica.
Arnica. Okay. And something else you can do, they're called bitters. You can do cranberry and coffee and strawberry and cherry and black walnut. You do all kinds of fruit and stuff, and they call bitters. Some people back in the old days did a little bit of these bitters before you eat because it's good for your stomach.
Yeah, back in Victorian days, they did bitters all the time. They even did bitters in drinks and alcohol.
Mixed,
and
yes,
alcoholic
mixed drinks. That's how they flavor some of the mixed drinks. Yeah, so there's bitters and tinctures, and it's actual homemade medicine. Get away from that man-made stuff. You don't know what's in it. But if you study herbs, it tells you what benefits, and it's good for this and good for that, and kidneys and livers and stomach and all that fun stuff.
All right.
And everyone calls them weeds. Nope, sorry, they're not weeds. Dandelion and dandelion root tinctures are amazing. Catnip is not just for cats. Plantain that looks like lettuce that grows in your backyard is one of the most healing plants for sores and wounds.
So since you were talking about bitters and alcohol, we'll do one more before we take off. We've been on for 3 hours now, so here's the last one for the night. The Clurachon. We've heard of leprechauns. This is Clurachon.
Clurachon.
I think I'm saying it right. I could if it's Irish folklore, so I could be pronouncing it wrong or not.
But it is an Irish creature. I've never heard of this little guy.
So as a creature from Irish folklore, best known for his love of drink and near constant state of intoxication. He is most at home in well-stocked wine cellars and pub larders. While notorious for his mischievous and sometimes rowdy nature, he can also be remarkable, grateful, generously rewarding host who keep his favorite tipples flowing. He is often mistaken for his most famous distant cousin, the leprechaun. So this guy is a little bit on the party side and a little bit intoxicated all the time, can either play tricks or be gracious if you provide him with an endless amount of whatever you're drinking, which just means tipples flowing. So there you go. That'll be the last one for the night.
And I'm going to do something here in a second. If I can copy link. What I'm going to do, since Trey's in here also. Yeah, a lot of these tinctures that are in front of me, I have been buying from a good friend of mine, Trey Dojo, Mad Packs, and Robert Allen that comes in here. They know her. I have bought several tinctures from a friend of mine because I don't have these certain tinctures in my cabinet. And I went to her website and went, oh my gosh, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this. She's got lion's mane, just all kinds of stuff. So what I'm going to do is put her link in chat. And you guys can go and check it out. Her tinctures are very reasonable in price. And I'm talking very reasonable. Where is our live? Are we still live?
Yeah.
There we are.
I don't know how many tabs you got open over there, but yeah, we're up.
All right. You guys can click on this link. She has stuff for pain. She's got stuff for headaches. She has, I definitely recommend the Parasite Purge. Or where is it? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Parasite purge. Gets rid of parasites. She's got burdock. She's got turmeric black pepper. There is tons and tons of tinctures, and it's been helping my joints. Not just the stuff I sent you, Christy. I've been doing these tinctures too. But there's joint medicine. There's just pain medicine. There's one called Breathe Easy that has a lot of menthol crystals in it. I put a couple drops in my mouth and don't swallow it. I had Carol do it too. You breathe in those fumes. It's been helping my cough and my asthma. So, yeah, feel free to go over there. Her name is Trish. Like I said,
Now,
Trey Dojo will say, yeah, I know her.
now Rose over in Rumble said her Nicole Apelian has a bunch of good tinctures also, but I don't know where you get a hold of her. So if anybody knows Nicole Apelian,
yeah, I just know
she
Trish
also
because,
has tinctures.
yeah, I've known Trish for about a year and a half, and she has been helping a lot of people. One person has had headaches, and it's been helping. And a lot of this, I've been having shoulder pain and stuff, and a very sore toe. The ball joint that's right in front of your big toe has been in severe pain. Carol knows that sometimes I could barely walk because it hurts. Her tinctures have been helping. Plus, I told Christy I've been using black seed oil rub and then organic black seed oil. And these are on Amazon.
Now your
And
link
I've been rubbing them in.
is it showing a blue in YouTube? Because over here in StreamYard,
Yeah.
it's not showing blue.
Yeah, it's showing blue in YouTube.
Okay. All right. I just want to make sure it's clickable.
And yeah, Trey, you probably have some of the stuff from. Oh yeah, he spent. I think some of my orders here, because I've ordered several tinctures, kind of helped her get to Dallas last weekend. I went, yay, because she was needing a certain amount of money for this little meetup. I'm glad you guys all had fun last weekend. So yeah, I highly recommend her tinctures. So does Trey. She's been helping a lot of people out with these, several different kinds of, hey, traveling fools. She's got several different kinds of remedies here. Yeah, there's traveling fools, and Rose came over here. So like I said, they're like $15 to $25 a bottle. And she also has magnesium spray that you can spray on, in case you have like popping in your knees or your shoulder for calcium buildups. And she just made a new batch of the magnesium spray, unless she ran out again. I don't know.
I think
she had them last week.
Supplements I've been taking helps my beard glow.
He's going to start glowing in the dark. So yes, I highly recommend Trish's medicines here. Now,
I think I glow anyway, just because I worked in the nuclear power plant for those years.
Is that why?
Oh, a spiritual healer and clairvoyant.
Ah.
Nice.
Yes, I just got her magnesium spray a couple days ago. Or actually today? No, yesterday. No, it was a few days ago. I don't remember exactly when I got it. I really like her magnesium spray. Yes.
So I take a supplement capsule. It has 12 different magnesiums in it, or plus other stuff. But mine doesn't have THC or CBD or anything in it. It's just natural supplements. Jane's got all the good stuff.
All the good stuff, huh?
Nerve
pain. Yeah, you're welcome for the link, and I'll help out Trish also. And so, like I said, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different tinctures here that I got out of past 2 orders, and then the magnesium spray. And like I said, the black seed oil has been helping with a lot of this.
Plus all the tinctures and syrups we've been making, or you've been making off of natural stuff that we have around our house, or out. We've been foraging out in the woods to get it. And
yeah, I've been making
elderberry and all kinds of tinctures and syrups.
Yeah, I've got elderberry
syrup. I love it.
Yep, homemade elderberry syrup, or I do a tincture of it. So, yeah, I've been in the holistic stuff for a long time. I don't trust man-made medicine. I do take ibuprofen once in a while, but it's through a company that I trust. I don't really do the Advil and stuff like that.
So just to put it out there, we try to do herbalistic or natural remedies for anything. Not that we're against modern medicine or anything. We just prefer not to do it because of all the side effects and stuff. When we do stuff natural, it's better for you. So me and Jane personally, I'll be 63, Jane will be 65, right?
I just turned 64 in March.
Yeah.
So,
So we are on no over the counter medicine or any loot or big pharma medicine at all. We're all natural
mm-hmm.
and we're feeling pretty good. Sure,
yeah.
Sure,
I was gonna say,
we got normal little aches and pains and stuff, and sometimes we have to take some of the tinctures or magnesium and all that stuff to a little more often than normal to help out. But pretty much we're all natural, even natural tobacco.
yeah. Yeah, we do cigars instead of cigarettes, and I do a cigarette once in a while, but it's American Spirit, which is tobacco and water, which is natural tobacco. So, am I a Pisces? I'm an Aries. I'm an Aries. But I mean, Gerald knows the amount of pain I've had for almost 7 months now. I've had a pinched nerve, or it's in my bone in my shoulder. My toe's been bad for 30 years or so.
Yeah.
Even when we were married, the ball joint that's right underneath your big toe. There's times I could barely walk, and it was to the point it was throbbing, and I could have a hard time sleeping. And then I've been starting to do this kind of stuff. I can walk up and down the stairs. My toe, I still feel the stiffness, but the pain is gone. I still have the stiffness in my shoulder, but it's not like it was for several months. I haven't been able to do a handpan video because I have to move my shoulder back and forth, and it was killing me. So maybe you guys will have a new handpan video coming up soon because I am starting to feel better. So, yeah, I recommend Trisha's stuff if you don't want to do man-made stuff. And tell her I sent you there. So, on that
note, if anybody would like to go to our Printful shop and order some T-shirts, we that helps us with the outside animals and sometimes equipment. You know, whether it's for streaming or for our cameras outside, we put it all together, and usually it gets spent towards the animals. But every once in a while, we may need a piece of equipment that we might apply it to. But usually, it's for cat food and for animal food outside, and so you can go to midwestnightwatchers.printful.me to find our store. And let me see.
I don't know if I've got the link to that in my, let me see. Oh, I need my glasses. I got Dwarf's link.
You got Dwarf's link?
The playlist. No, I do not have Printful.me in here. Oops. Oh, wait a minute. There it is. Dum, da, da, dum. There's a link.
So since she said she loves Bigfoot, who is it? I can't remember who said it in chat now.
Rose, did you just order 4 shirts recently? Because somebody ordered and we don't know their last name. Now, and one was a robot grandma. Did you? Maybe it's Rose. Is your first name a G and your last name C?
I don't know.
She would have just gotten them in the mail too. Whoever ordered, we couldn't figure out who ordered. Maybe it was Rose.
So anyway, if you go over there, it helps out with us feeding the outside animals that are on our cameras all the time. And we have several different designs. So here's our our sea monsters. And
then it was Rose who ordered, because that's
all
one,
right.
right?
Thank
Rose,
you, Rose.
she said maybe. So that's the one she ordered. Yeah. Thank
So
you, Rose. We couldn't figure out who ordered.
Here's our strange creatures on the old maps that we show. And
Midwest Night
here's
Stalker.
Patty, I still believe. After all the controversy over Patty, I still like to think that Patty was real and that was an authentic video. Here's Robot Grandma from Mount Shasta. If you guys know that story, we got that shirt. We don't have this. We don't have this on the shirt. This is Billy Ray Bigfoot.
Billy Ray Squatch.
Jessica Jones. One of the shows we were on with her. I made this for her.
Billy Ray Squatch.
There's Green Eyes from the Chickamauga.
Yeah, we don't have that on a shirt though.
Not yet. There's Blunty. We need to get Blunty on a shirt yet. We haven't done that yet, but that's a new design.
That would be a cute shirt.
Bigfoot After Dark. We haven't put that on a shirt yet. So if you want Bigfoot After Dark, let us know. We could probably put that on a shirt for you. Or...
I think Dwarf needs that one.
Mobile Leprechaun. That was another show we did with Jessica. So that was a design I worked up, but we didn't get it. I didn't get it done on time for St. Patrick's. So look for that coming up this following year. Or I could put it on a shirt for you if you really wanted it before then. So there's my Patty, I still believe. We were planning on doing this for the 4th of July.
We didn't get to it. Or we tried to work or something.
We could probably still do it if you still want the shirt. It might not get to you for 4th of July now, though, but I'm still going to put it on a shirt because I want one. We do have this little goblin, Kentucky Goblin, or the Dover Demon, if you want to call them that, because I think the two are the same entity. I think they're both really close. That's Jane's great uncle.
Yep, great uncle.
Great uncle Gomer Bath, who did an article in a national syndicated paper, or at least our part of the country. He did it, and he talked a lot about UFOs and sometimes cryptid and weird stuff in his newspaper article that he wrote. That's one of our logos, and there's our store right there. We got hoodies and mugs and t-shirts and sweatshirts, and I think there's a couple tank tops and all kinds of stuff in there. If you guys would like to go over there and help us out, we'd be grateful.
Yep.
That's about it. So thank you guys very much for coming and hanging out with us. I hope you had fun. I know I did. I love talking about this stuff. Love hanging out with you, hearing what you guys think about it.
See what Dwarf said? When Harry meets Patty t-shirt is sexy.
Oh.
Harry meets Patty.
Yeah. I'll have what she's having.
Oh my.
So once again, thank you guys for coming, and don't forget, Jessica will be on Sunday. We're going to be talking about LBL, Land Between the Lakes, and her experiences. Might be some Bigfoot talk, some pale crawler talk, some dogman talk, and who knows what we'll be talking about. But she's experienced all these things on her camping trips and her I'm going to say expeditions, because she's really an explorer.
Yeah, it's not
really
hunting.
She really goes out and checks these places out, and
it's not really hunting, it's exploring or investigating, I guess. Hunting sounds like you're hunting them down, and that's not right. It's just like ghost hunting. It's just hunting to me is like killing a deer.
so come back Sunday. Sunday at 7 p.m. Central, we'll have Jessica on, and we'll be going through all of her experiences and what she's done, and maybe some of her most scary, most frightening experiences, and some of us has been not too long ago.
Rose said I'll have
And
what she's having.
yep, that's a Harry meets Sally. That's a big reference. I'll have what she's having.
I'll have what she's having.
So check us out on YouTube and Rumble, and we also have a Facebook group. So check us out over there. I post a lot of this weird stuff on our page and our group. So saying all that, we love you guys. Thank you for coming.
See if the hearts will work.
See if the hearts will work.
Yay!
So as always, keep looking up.
And keep your vibrations high.
We love you. We'll see you next time.
Much love.
Bye, everybody.